We are live, and Lorena's phone is already going off. We are here with Vicky and Dennis Allen this evening. They've been gracious enough to let us use their house as a spot to broadcast from because their Wi-Fi is freaking amazing, which is crazy for Mexico. Are you done now?
Yes.
She's set
Are
up.
you ready? These people have been waiting to talk to you.
There's the Motorhome experiment live.
Oh, it's reminding you that there's a live.
Yes.
Cool.
Aw.
Before we get too far into it, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you guys all had an amazing time with your families. And second line of business, can you guys all hear us? So we just need to do a sound check, make sure that we're good.
Notification. Is that
Kevin
going?
Miller's in the house.
Damn.
Okay, sounds like we can hear each other all right.
Yeah, I already tested it here. Yes.
Cool.
And Vicky did too.
Awesome.
How's everybody? Like, who's in the house?
Whatever, all the usual suspects are here. George and Melissa are here. I'm not going to get into naming everybody because like they're all here. They know who
you're gonna miss
you know who
somebody.
you are, and I'll
They
miss
are.
somebody, and then if I miss Bellafato, he'll be curling up in a ball, crying in a
I saw
corner.
Belafalo. He was with his brand new granddaughter,
Really?
and he was taking care of the granddaughter.
Oh, what a good grandpa.
Yes.
We know UK. We know Collins is in the house from UK.
Chris
So-
Belafalo says, "Can hear you, but pic is blurry."
The pic is blurry.
Ah.
Really?
Oh, really?
Because
That is
mine's pretty
strange.
clear.
Because
Oh,
let
you
me
just
see
won't.
here. Let me try and see if there is
Oh,
a
it is a
setting that's
little.
maybe I forgot to update. Let me see here. Let me see.
Kathy is here too. Hello from Quebec City, and you sound
It
great.
shouldn't. It should not be blurry. That's crazy.
Yeah, mine's pretty clear.
Yours is pretty. Oh, yours is clear.
Mine's clear.
If yours is clear, then Bellafato's probably using. Did you crank up your phone?
He's
dude?
probably
Yeah.
too far away.
Yeah,
He
he's
needs
got
to
one of
come
those-
to Mexico.
Yeah, dude, you need to come to Mexico. That's probably it. So, holy smokes.
Oh, that's
Brian Hawaiian is already starting us off with a $20 super chat.
Awesome.
Says open balance on the tequila slush fund.
Woo-hoo. You know that means it's for me because tequila.
Yeah,
Fun.
tequila.
That's why.
All right. That's fair enough. That's all right.
I share with Vic and Dennis.
And
You
Devin
drink
Radio is saying
Dennis?
better picture on phone than TV.
Not tequila.
So anyway, let's introduce Vicky and Dennis. It's like you already introduced them, but basically they have been living in here Los Barriles already for a year.
This is our second winter.
Second winter here. So they love Los Barriles, fell in love with it, bought the casita. Obviously, we're in their casita, and I don't know if they will never go back, but at least they love it here.
That's gonna.
Yeah, see on the TV it's kind of blurry, but on phones it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
the image is too small compared to that big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
So yeah. So that is the story, people. What are you looking for?
I was looking to
So
update that. So
Thanksgiving is like, did you guys go together with your families or you didn't? You weren't solo in your houses? We know like there's a lot of people that they have been actually gathering or not. For us, we stay at the beach area, kind of like very well vented and everything, and have our vegan, not vegetarian, vegan dinner. That, as you guys can see on pictures that I posted, if you follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, you probably saw the pictures of our dinner. So we have an amazing dinner, I have to say. It was delicious.
amazing.
It was
It was really
delicious, and there was no leftovers. Like every Thanksgiving, there's leftovers, or you feel like super full. This time was not that way. We wanted leftovers. There was no leftovers.
none whatsoever. It was awesome. It was awesome. So
Yeah.
Sunset.
Aid Collins, I guess you guys don't
Yeah,
celebrate
it is.
Thanksgiving in the UK, do you? Do you guys have something similar?
What's that?
Aid, I was asking Aid if they have something similar in the UK where they celebrate something like that.
Well, I have to say, in Mexico, there is no Thanksgiving.
No.
There is not really Thanksgiving.
Do you have anything similar?
No. I mean, the closest to it for us, it's a very Catholic country, so it's Christmas where you give thanks for your family and be together and all that stuff. But that's about it.
Right.
But no Thanksgiving here. That we've been trying to do it lately. I would say the last few years, my family and I are trying to celebrate it. I don't think they did this year though. Too many things going on. 2020. Too
Yeah,
many things going
2020 has
on.
been a brutal year, but I mean, we had a great one actually, and I know that Vicky and Dennis had a great Thanksgiving. We saw pictures.
Yep.
So,
So moving the mark, George says they spent it with their daughter, son-in-law, and grandbaby. Oh, that grandbaby is looking adorable. I see
Aw.
pictures of her. It's like I'm trying to see.
everybody's on here.
Lori
tonight.
Lutz went to daughters, time with new grandbaby. Why is everybody having new grandbabies? There's like a baby boom right now. It's like it Collins just a normal day. It's Christmas is the main thing.
Yeah, I
See,
think that's a lot of.
That's a lot. I found out that for a lot of Americans and Canadians, Thanksgiving is a bigger holiday, but for me, it has always been Christmas. So yeah,
Yes.
I just adopted it because I live in the U.S., but we really never went big on Thanksgiving. Even when we had the house, never did because I'm from Mexico, Canada. That is in
Yeah, our
October
Thanksgiving's a
anyway.
different time.
So we live in Las Vegas, and when you live in Las Vegas, the local casinos put an amazing spread,
Oh.
like for $12.99.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you
So,
just go.
We will
Yeah.
go and do Thanksgiving with friends that actually will not be from the U.S. as well. It's like people that we have one Thanksgiving that it was hilarious. A guy from Venezuela, another like I grew up from Quebec, from Canada. Then it was both of us. And it's like it was just like people from everywhere, but it was good. It was fun. Uh, Down the road we go. Do you know when you will be in the queue? Hope to see you guys there. Courtside. Let's talk about courtside a little bit. It's like we have been mentioning we're gonna go to courtside at 10 before going into the caravan coming down to Mexico. But we decided, like with all this thing going on and the COVID pandemic, the way the numbers are going up and everything, that we will skip courtside this year. There's not
Not
really
necessarily. Well, we don't know if we're going to skip it totally. We're just not going to do the big party. Like there's no way I'm going to get together
No,
with
we're
60 people.
we
and-
talked about it the other night. You were in the chat. Where were you?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
we're skipping it
like
totally.
skipping it totally.
We're not going to courtside.
All right.
Well, now
I didn't
you
know that. I
what-
didn't know that we were skipping it totally.
We
I thought we just weren't going to
Kevin,
do like a huge.
Kevin, you're here. Then we are not having a discussion.
You guys should know that I'm not paying attention to you guys.
God, it's like so.
You
Yeah,
got to do the one of these things. You got to.
even right now, you're like somewhere else. Let's see. But yeah, we're skipping courtside. We're gonna be in the area probably because there's things that we really need to get done. But we are probably not gonna be on courtside per se, or do a gathering, or do a meetup, or do anything like that.
Yeah, it's just not smart right now to put 50, 60 people together. It's
No.
in a small space. So yeah.
So yes, so we will see you down the road somewhere. Like we have seen you many times, so we will see you again for sure somewhere else down the road, but definitely not in
Kevin,
courtside.
don't encourage her. He said you're correct.
I'm telling you, he's like, I know I'm always
I don't
correct.
remember.
You just never acknowledge it, but I'm always right. Like,
Wives always are right.
Yeah,
Right.
I know that.
if you can please, he
Dennis,
still
you're not
doesn't
helping
get
here.
it.
You're not helping here, Dennis.
He's a little bit older. He'll teach you.
Okay, guys, before we keep going, I know it's a little bit blurry. You cannot see the bottle.
Yes. Kind of a bummer.
This is the last bottle of wine that I have from the RV thing. It's from Ontario, Canada, and everything actually in French, so I cannot even read it without sounding weird.
Be careful
Vidal
tipping
ice wine. You can't read Vidal ice wine.
Without ice. No, oh, I guess it was like the
Oh,
back
don't tilt
part
too
of it.
much.
The back's all in French.
But anyway,
Looks pretty
it's
cool.
Like, it looks pretty cool. It's a dessert wine, so I'm gonna share it here with Vicky. Not sure Dennis is in.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
He's already has his drink, but Vicky
He's
and I
got
were
his
gonna share
cocktail
it.
going. All right, I've got mine, of course. My Dr.
Yes.
Pepper is flowing.
Straight from
Thanks to
Oregon.
Vicky.
Sponsored
Yeah.
by
Yeah, sponsored by Vicky and Dennis.
Vicky and Dennis.
That's awesome.
Look at the pretty bowl. I don't know if you guys
Beautiful.
can see it, but it's like probably with my dark sweater, but it's just such a pretty
Very
bowl.
pretty.
Yeah. Kathy Madison says it's too blurry. I don't know, understand why it's
I
so
don't
damn blurry
either.
lately. The internet is really good here.
Now the question is like, guys, who gave me this bottle of wine? Because I'm not sure who gave this one to me.
Wow.
It should.
Let me
Is
see.
it pouring?
No,
We pre-open it,
Oh,
so we
no.
will not have to do the cork. But
we would not have this problem, but we're having this problem.
So now the cork is stuck. 'cause
Yeah.
It's a little narrow
You know what?
neck.
Let me go see.
Let
if I can
Dennis-
get
yeah,
it.
Dennis is gonna fix it,
Let me go see it.
and he'll be back.
That's awesome.
It should have had
I was
instructions.
wondering about that.
You
You
should-
know,
yeah,
those
it's
corks, those corks are tough to handle.
I
You gotta
think-
have a
I
lot of
think it's-
instructions.
kid-proof.
Well,
So,
It
that's why I
was.
like using a twist top.
so yeah, it's
Oh.
kid-proof, so I can do it. By the way, Kevin and Laura is like, Vicky made a vegan dinner, so
Yeah, where are you?
I'm gonna come home, I guess, with goodies for you guys.
Yes.
Down the road we go says, oh cool, we will be there in the courtside from the 13th to the 16th. Let's keep in touch. Awesome. So yeah, some people saying it's blurry. There is a Wortley. Hi from Clearwater, Florida. Hope you guys have a great holiday. I didn't know you were from that area. With that area pretty much for 6 months this year. Didn't know you were in that area. It's like
Okay.
Ken and Brenda, my type adventures are here. It's like I'm already in your Facebook group. Thank you. 8 Collins, can you guys do some tours of the missions in the area?
That would be
Well,
fun.
that would be cool, but I'm trying to think. There's not really missions in this area.
Not right here. Santiago.
Not right here. I guess Santiago. We need to do a day trip to Santiago. And
Yes.
I want to show you guys that area because it's very pretty cool area. But we really need like a full day in Santiago.
Yeah.
And with this guy trying to kiteboard every day, every opportunity he has, and trying to get
He's
it,
gonna
it's
have to
gonna
take a
be
break.
yeah. He's gonna have to take a break. Yeah,
He's
it's
gonna
like,
have to take a break.
Lorena needs some fun time too,
Little
not
fun
only
time.
Paul. He's like, so
Don't look
just
at me
saying.
like that.
You can have fun every day. There's plenty of beach. You can go.
Oh,
no,
there is.
I'm having plenty of fun every day, but it's like this is different kind of fun, Paul.
Yeah.
Seek and Serenity, gonna miss you again this year. It's like, come on, Seek and Serenity. We keep doing loops on us. It's like,
Yeah.
we can missing each other.
Yeah.
It's like,
Guys, we know everyone's saying pictures blurry. We understand that. If you're watching on a phone, it seems to be fine. So I guess if it's on a TV, we've got a TV rolling here as well, and we can see that it's blurry on a TV.
It's a little blurry, yeah.
But on a phone, it's fine. So I don't have to tell you again. We have a great internet connection tonight, and it just doesn't seem to be working. So
The wind's blowing, and that probably makes a difference.
yeah, maybe the wind is blowing, and it's probably ruining the internet here in Mexico. That's probably it. Oh, my mommy's in the house. Hey, mom, what's happening?
Aw.
Donald Grau says, are you 6 feet apart? I try to keep Paul 6 feet apart at all times. He just doesn't get on board with that.
Oh.
So
And Lorena and I
She
are.
keeps
6
using that as an excuse.
yeah.
Down the road we go. Dave and Shirley said they're liking the Paul on the Wall series.
Yeah.
So far, I've done 2 Paul on the Walls.
Yeah,
I need to watch them.
Yeah, you probably should
Yeah,
see what I'm
I
telling
will-
people.
I was going
I
to
want
tell
to
you.
watch my
the
own
Paul
I
video.
could be
Okay.
lying my ass off, and you don't know.
He used to get like run videos through me before posting them, and
Yeah.
lately he's like, you're not gonna watch them.
Chuck says it's blurry on his phone too, but he's drinking Havana 7. Havana Club 7.
That might be the blur.
that is-
Kevin Klein is like they're in Florida right now, mooch talking. It's like, I think there's where, if I remember right, where Don's dad lives. He lives in Lakeland or that area. So
Exploring Coast to Coast says says it's blurry, but they know what we all look like, so they're okay with blurry.
okay, we need to get over the blurriness. It is
Yeah.
blurry. It's like just
Yeah, Dennis's sister said it's a little blurry.
see.
Hey, Dennis's sister. Dennis, did you say hi to your sister yet?
Lorraine, hi Lorraine.
So Dennis and Vicky have family
Yeah.
watching. So hello, I know they're first time viewers. Hopefully they'll be watching more, but first time viewers. We will
Hi
show,
guys.
we will show their
You're a little bit there.
we will show their house here if they'll allow us. It's
Yes.
absolutely spectacular.
It's
It is
gonna
really,
be
really cool.
kind of hard with
Yeah, with it being
everything.
blurry.
Yeah.
No, with everything being plugged
Well, no, I
into.
just have to turn it around. We can kind of see everything from here.
So, by the way, we keep struggling with Wi-Fi in here in Quartzsite. I was gonna say Quartzsite. It's like here. We've tried many times, even for updates. It's like I was trying to do an update the other day. It's taking forever and stuff like that. So it's Wi-Fi really has not been great here at all to work. Like we have basic one. We can get like things done, basic things, but for the most part, like right now streaming and being very clear, this has not really been the place at all. So
We
Los
have-
Barriles, get your crap together. I couldn't come up with another word.
Right?
It's like, huh.
We have our son and daughter-in-law and our 2 grandkids watching.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow, cool.
Hi guys.
So it's like
We
FaceTime
love
just with
you.
like FaceTime with other people involved
Yes,
too.
I know, right?
It's kind of like that.
Your
What's that?
grandkids are watching, I
Oh,
guess.
they are?
Yeah,
They
no,
are.
Absolutely.
And another sister, Pix, is watching.
Yeah, maybe it's that darn Christmas tree sucking all the bandwidth, Lori. That's what it could be.
You know what? You need to stop.
So
Uh,
Lori Buchanan, is this your wine? Like the one we're about to drink? And I definitely know it's a dessert wine. Like you were mentioning, it's a dessert wine because it's a sweet wine. Yes, it's like I'm expecting that and looking forward to it too. But it's like, are you guys the ones that give me that one? Lori Luss, when did you get to see the remote? It's like that's all up to Paul. It's like
Oh my God, here we go again. Like it's my fault.
it is your fault.
It isn't my fault
Why is it my fault?
because
I got it.
Yay!
that's cool. Did
See,
you just drill a hole in the bottom of the bottle and then pull the
No,
cork
I
out?
almost had to get
It
my
would-
drill out.
Yeah, there you go.
well, the problem with this bottle, what the problem we had is that they had wax on the very top, and when we tried actually to put the little thing, pull the cork off, it actually pushed it in. So yeah, it was kind of tricky in this one. Let's see. Yay!
Go.
Is this third one? I'm gonna pour a little
So
bit.
our endeavor says great background. Are you outside? So yes
Kind of.
and no.
I was gonna
Kind
say
of.
explain the whole structure thing.
So here the structures are literally built over an RV. So off my back shoulder here, this square, that is actually right there. Let me see if I can do this with while I'm looking backwards in the camera. So that is actually the square front of an old RV. And they have
Cheers.
completely remodeled that RV, and then they put a palapa over the top of that and the rest of the building. And we will show that because it's spectacular. This is a really neat build out, and that's what makes
Very-
funny.
Yes.
Los
very
Barriles
sweet
and
and
Baja special is all of these types of places. I think there's 3 of them here in town. There's East Cape, Costa Brava, and
Baja Sunrise has some.
Baja Sunrise does have some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple. Not
Yeah. So it's really cool, and we love it.
What's the new
Ooh,
one?
that's
that
good. I like
John and
Yeah, like
Julia
Kevin
are
said,
going
it's so
to.
freaking cool.
it. Going to
It is. This is very common. Probably shouldn't right now that casita.
Yeah, we can do that. So Lori Buchanan says ice wine is a sweet wine. So it's a
This is
Oh.
good. I really like this.
So I'm going to try not to make everyone sick here. So we're going to go nice and slow. And we're going to show this is the front seating area. Right behind Dennis is the front door. You can actually open that front door and drive a UTV in there.
Yes.
Yes.
And they do because you park it in here when
And
you
we-
guys are gone, right?
Yeah.
Chain it to the pole.
Right. And chain it to that pole so you guys can't come and take it. So you can see there, that is, as you'll start to see, oh yeah, that looks like
It's
an
35
RV
foot.
structure. It is a 35 foot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. Those back stairs cover what used to be the wheels. So
Yes.
kind of cool. Now look at this place as you pan over here. This is their outdoor kitchenette.
It's 2,000 square foot.
2,000 square foot total. And literally, this is, when I said this is outdoors, literally this is outdoors. That's a fifth wheel that's next door. Now, check out this insane palapa. Very Hawaii, right? or Baja, really. Spectacular. Very, very cool. Now you're gonna have to tell me
So
when
now
I'm
you
lined
guys have a tour.
up. When I'm lined up again.
That looks
I
good.
think
Good.
you're there. I think
You
that
can
looks
see me
pretty
on the
good.
side?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
the problem is, can I see you? But yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't
I
need to
can
worry
see
about
it.
seeing me. Cool. Oh no, gotta go a little bit. Go come back this way a little bit.
Just a little.
Oh, you can see
Oh, no,
now
a little
what
bit
he's
more.
showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Still got Dennis in there. Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool.
I just realized that our title says Pablo y Lorenita in Spanish.
Yes, I put that in there
That's so
in
funny.
Spanish. So yeah, I wish it was clearer. Again, there is absolutely nothing we can do, guys. We are in Mexico, and internet is not their forte.
And about these casitas, some people have like some with bare bones, just like literally a
Yes.
cement slab, and some palapa, like a shade for the RV. Other people go big, go home, and they're like full on houses, 2-3 story house with patios, and the whole works. Is like there's a lot in this kind of communities. You see a lot kind of different styles and everything. I was like, Happy Vibes have a question like about the British Chuck says if nobody claims they gave you the wine, I did. That's funny too. Happy Vibes says, how do you like your We Boost system? We like it. It gets us out of trouble. Like we literally have no signal whatsoever. Like lately we have been struggling or something like that, and the We Boost just literally boosts our
Right.
signal by a little bit. Are we happy with it? Yes.
Yeah, but
It-
here's the thing. Here's the thing about Mexico. We were in La Ventana with Kevin a week or two ago, and you literally have 4
This is-
bars of LTE,
Oh.
and you have 0.1 down and 0.4 up. The internet, it's crazy how bad it is down here on the internet. Even though you've got great LTE signal, the internet itself is not great. The infrastructure is really strange. When we first arrived, because it was super hot and everybody in town is using their AC, your voltage is literally around 100 volts. Like the infrastructure is not built or been updated in many, many years. So there's some issues with that.
A lot of times like a brownout or it
Yeah.
lowers- yes.
Yeah, you'll lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying Paul looks good blurry. Hotel boss says
Yeah, I look better blurry.
it's like
And Brian says, too bad Starlink isn't up. Absolutely. We would love that.
Mr. Roboto says, does Paul have pants on?
I
Is
do
this
not
why,
have pants on
Is
right
this
now.
why he's blurry?
Right. They told me I didn't have to wear them.
It's true, you don't have
Yeah.
to. It's like, Mr. Roboto, have you had any good elote?
As a matter of fact,
I was just gonna say.
Kevin and I delivered a elote to Lori yesterday.
There's 2 foods that I love. One is elote, corn. The other one is avocado. Those 2, it's like, too bad I cannot eat too much of any of those.
Corn. If you ate corn and avocado only,
Yeah,
we would have some issues.
Yeah, exactly.
We would have some
But
issues.
I love them. But there is this little like I don't want to call them street carts, like
Street vendor.
Yeah.
that they go around in their little like motorcycles, but they never come to the campground. They never are in the places where we hang out. So it was like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I saw one, and I told Paul, follow him, and he literally followed him. We were in the car,
Yeah,
right?
we pulled over in front of him. We actually cut him out.
That is funny.
And he had the last one. So he had
Yeah.
the last one. So I have, for the first time in 2 months in Mexico, I have my corn in a cup. And it was not on the cup because it's like, it gets too messy. So I always get it in a cup. And yesterday, Paul and Kevin, they went into town bicycling just for exercise. And then when they came back outside, Paul came and delivered corn in the cup too. That he saw the guy, the vendor, and he just got one for me, knowing that I like it.
Kevin's got a great question here.
What is that?
He's a pain in the ass. He says, what was in your mouth in the Midland video? So in the Midland video, if you guys watched the video about walkie-talkies, and you should at least go leave a comment so that when we have the software draw names, you'll at least be in for the drawing of a new Midland radio. So we shot the whole thing, and then I went to take some photos after, and Lori goes, hey, Paul, there's a naked mermaid in the back wall. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a naked mermaid. Who cares? And then I start watching the video and I start thinking, here we go. I'm going to have somebody complaining that there's this mythical half-naked creature that doesn't even exist with a half-naked boobie hanging out. And then I'm going to have people complaining. So, and it kind of looked like sometimes it was in the corner of my mouth. So I blurred the whole thing out. So the entire video, you'll see this blur thing over top of the mermaid, just because I knew there was going to be that one person that was offended by the not even real person that was in the background. So that's what happened with the Midland radio thing.
It's kind of people getting angry with the Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I
The
don't know if you guys
child
know that whole thing. So
with
Baby Yoda, if
Mandalorian.
you're into the Mandalorian, or if you know what the Mandalorian, and there's a little thing called Baby Yoda.
The
And
child.
Baby,
Technically,
they
it's
call
not
it
Baby
the,
Yoda.
they call it the child. And there was a creature on there that had supposedly the last of her kind, and she was carrying her eggs back to her husband and was on this journey. And Baby Yoda kept sneaking and eating the little eggs.
Oh my.
People freaked out that like this person, that this little baby would eat the eggs of a almost extinct creature. And we're like,
Everything's
it's
fictional.
fake. It's fictional. None of it's real.
Not real.
But people were actually writing into Disney saying they weren't going to watch anymore because of this. And it was like, it was comic relief, and some people have no sense of humor. Anyways.
Our endeavor is reboost legal there technically, like here in Mexico. I know we had to register it here in the US.
I wouldn't think that, again, what's legal here in Mexico and what you'll be harassed about or asked about, nobody is going to ask you about your WeBoost here in Mexico.
If nobody asks about the radius,
Yeah.
that everybody.
So when we were doing the Midland radio thing, people were freaking out going, oh, GMRS is illegal in Mexico and you're going to go to jail. They don't care. They don't care. It's the last thing that they care about. It really is not a big deal. It's also illegal to drive ATVs on the beach here. And if you go down to the beach right now, there will be 100 of them driving up and down on the beach.
Not 100.
Well, during the day.
There's quite a few.
During the day.
Yeah.
We do it all the time.
Yeah, we do it all the time. And there's you can be respectful and go slow down the beach and then blast up and down the arroyos if you want. But the problem is that people blast up and down the beach. And so it wouldn't be such a problem if people just eased down the beach and didn't raise dust and stuff like that. But do they ever say anything to anybody? No, they don't. So there's certain things that, yeah, you don't want to worry about too much.
Again, it's like there's still a lot of rules in Mexico, same as the US, but people or entities don't enforce them. That is different than the US.
Right.
Kevin Berry says, will the Paul on the Wall, unquotes, action figures be available in time for Christmas? Or at least t-shirts.
Oh, that's too funny. So you didn't see the one this morning. I did this new little intro to the Paul on the Wall
I
thing.
have not seen that.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. Yeah, I do a Humpty Dumpty thing.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah,
And
they
then you
saw it.
fell backwards.
Yeah, I fell off the wall.
Yes.
You fell off the
Yeah,
wall.
it freaking hurt too, just to try to for comic effect.
I know.
I
I hurt
way
myself.
back there.
It's like 3 feet, and I take a backwards tumble. I'm thinking, how can I do this
Where's
without
the
hurting
weight?
myself, but it'll still be funny?
I thought, would you fall on a chair? Or
No,
something back there?
no, I fell 3 foot onto the sand, and I looked for rocks to make sure there was nothing that I was going to bust my head wide open on, but it still kind of sucked. Yeah, it wasn't as fun as I thought, but it came out pretty good, so that was all right.
Chris Belafado, so you're saying it's easy to offend people? I'm game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh no, he's like, don't say that to Belafado. Mr. Roboto, should you superimpose a topless Kevin instead of the blurring out the mermaid? That will be creepy. He's like those two. So yeah. So anyway, what you start doing the wall, like the wall thing.
Why did I start doing Paul on the wall? Because I go sit on the wall in the mornings. You know, I take my coffee out some mornings. Some mornings I just go sit out there and breathe. And it was just like it's a cool thing for me to just sit out and reflect. And I start thinking. And then, when I start thinking, weird things come out of my mouth. So I just thought I would sit out there and put a camera on and talk about weird things.
I have to say, people, we've been together for 14 years already. And I love the beach. Every time when we live in Las Vegas, I would love to go to California and go to the beach, have some beach time. When we would go to Florida, have some beach time, all these different things. And Paul always criticized me. It's like, beach is so boring. He will tell me all the time, it's just so boring. Another sign is like this past 2 months, you have been mesmerized by the beach. Like you
Well,
just
but it's
spend
different.
day and night
It's different.
in the water.
Laying on the beach on a blanket, sitting in the sun, not my idea of fun. Getting dragged down the beach by a giant kite, that's awesome. That's hilarious. It's really fun.
You still spend hours staring.
I still spend hours staring at the ocean. Yes, there's something fascinating about the ocean. I guess I'm expecting any second now for something crazy to cool come out of the ocean.
I agree with that. That's why I like it.
And it might be whales, right?
Yeah.
We've seen one whale when Chuck was here. We did see a whale already, or a couple,
Hold a
but we
second.
haven't seen any since.
Hold it.
We have to let everybody know a bet between Kevin and Laura and us.
Right.
Chuck was here, but Chuck
Chuck
is
was here,
already
yeah,
gone.
he's out.
But our thing was whoever sees a whale first,
Right.
And
It's verified by the opposite,
by a different
by a
household.
different household.
That person wins, and what they get is a paid dinner wherever they want.
Yes.
So that we have not seen. We saw a whale with when we have the
Yes,
gathering,
we were
Scott
there.
and that, but Scott saw the whale.
Yeah.
So that did
So
not
that does
not
not
count. Yeah,
count.
no.
No.
Kevin was trying to say like
Kevin was stealing the
He
yeah,
view.
trying to steal it, but
He
no,
was.
it's like he was.
He was trying to say it was his.
So yeah, so we still on. We still have not seen another whale since. Oh, Debris says, Chuck says, what? I saw a whale today in Las Vegas.
Come on now, a big girl at a pool in Las Vegas doesn't count.
No,
Uh-oh.
isn't whales what they call the big gamblers?
They call them the big gamblers
Oh
too.
my.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
they
a
call
big
them
gambler
whales.
is called a whale. That is true.
It's
That
true,
is true.
see?
Kevin will verify it. He says.
George says,
That's
Paul
awesome.
is looking for a tsunami.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully a tsunami doesn't come here.
Yes.
Oh my God, Chuck, you're funny.
So George says he can sit on the beach and just watch the waves for hours. Yeah, there's something fascinating about it. What's crazy here is not so much yesterday was the first time where the wind blew 24 hours. But what's crazy here is you can normally look out in the morning and it is glass. The water is super smooth. You can go paddleboard and kayak and snorkel. And then by 12 or 1 o'clock, the wind is blowing. There's 4-foot swells and guys and gals are out on kites. It is craziness. And that's why it's really a perfect spot for us because we have been doing that. We've been going out in the morning and snorkeling when it's been smooth and or going out on the paddleboard. And then in the afternoon, then we can, kite or do whatever. It's been really, really cool in that respect. Yesterday it blew all night and then fired up early this morning. There was kites out by 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning today, which is not normal. Normally it's about 11 to 12 o'clock the kites start coming out. So it's been cool.
Okay, Danny Rogers has an interesting question that I have asked myself too. Do you prefer to be Western versus Eastern snowbirds, or do you think of yourselves as snowbirds? We have talked about
What do you mean, Western or Eastern snowbirds?
Yeah, Florida or kind of like West Coast snowbirds.
Well, we're not snowbirds really because our initial
that
house.
was the second question. Do we consider ourselves snowbirds?
Not really because we were from Vegas, so we didn't see snow except for very rare occasions.
One day every 5 years.
Yeah,
that.
we didn't see it that much, so I wouldn't really consider ourselves snowbirds.
But we're chasing the good weather.
But what's really tough is you compare prices of a winter in Baja compared to prices of winter in Florida, and it's just you cannot compare the two. Food alone will be a third of what it will be in Florida. And then camping, we're right now paying $700 a month, right literally 50 yards from the ocean, 50 yards from the Sea of Cortez. And it's just that's Camp Golf in Destin. I'll pick on those guys. That's 4 days there at $200 a pop. So we're an entire month with full hookups there. So the expense of Baja is pretty tough to beat, and that's why we're kind of really rethinking Florida winters as compared to Baja winters. And the wind blows in both places. So for me, kiting, it doesn't really matter. There's great kite spots in Florida and Key West and Tarpon Springs and Tampa at the Skyway Bridge. So there's great kiting there, but overall, it's so inexpensive to stay down here.
Overall. We were just talking about earlier. You can go to very expensive places. You can go to cheap places.
There are
So
American places, yes.
it's just kind of like you can have an expensive vacation
Right.
or a cheap vacation.
Right, but you go to the local spots, and that's where it's going to be less expensive. There was
Yeah.
4 of us that ate out the other night for 400 pesos.
So $20.
So
four of
yeah,
us.
18
And-
bucks.
Yeah.
Vicky and Dennis, how much was your dinner
We
last
had-
Monday?
We had 4 tacos, a beer,
El Pastor.
El Pastor tacos, a beer, and a glass of wine. $4.75.
And some water. Yep.
Each.
No,
No.
$4.75 total.
total.
Yeah, see, that's pretty tough. That's
Yeah,
pretty tough to
that's
beat.
Tough.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
only
that's
reason
crazy.
we don't go there is because there's no vegetarian
Yeah.
options. But otherwise, like, yeah, you guys saw like our other friends, like
Yeah.
everybody loves it there in
Yeah.
that specific spot.
Do you guys speak Spanish?
No.
So there's your question,
Muy
Kathy and
poquito.
Tony.
Muy poquito y muy malo.
Muy, so very little and very badly. So Kathy and Tony from Quebec asked if speaking Spanish is an issue.
No.
There's your question.
No.
These guys
Translator.
here. What's interesting is you guys didn't buy this because you saw you didn't think Barillas because of our videos, right?
We did.
I know
Really?
you did. Oh
We
yeah.
did.
Okay,
did.
What?
so here's what's crazy about this. So these guys saw our videos of us coming down here, and Dennis flew down here, bought this place. Vicky had never even seen it yet, except for in pictures. So they literally bought this place sight unseen after never have been here. And so, what is your thought now? What are you thinking? Good,
Oh, we
I wish
love
we
it.
would have done it years ago.
Yeah.
right? But we didn't know. I didn't know Barillas was a thing. I didn't
No.
know it existed.
No,
You know,
not
so
at all.
Not at all.
it's crazy. And that happens to so many people. Chuck's friend Bob just came down with his wife, Bob and Deb, and they had never been here before. And they were just doing this little tour of the Southern Loop here in Baja. And Brian, I'm going to get to your question after we talk about that. So the Southern Loop in Baja California Sur, and they did Cabo, here, La Paz, Todos Santos, and back. By the time they had spent 2 days here in Barillas, they were getting the already, like literally after 2 days going, yeah, we get it. We understand the vibe here. There's just something about it. It's a simple little town, but there's something about the vibe here that's just really special. So Brian Hawaiian had asked very early on, what's the difference between Baja, Mexico, Baja, California, and Baja, California Sur? So if you live in the United States, everyone considers this Baja, Mexico. And Baja, Mexico is the peninsula that comes down here on this side of Mexico. Baja, California is the official name of the state of Mexico. And that's the top half of Baja, California. Baja, California Sur is the bottom half of the state. So it's 2 separate states, correct?
Mhm.
So it's 2 separate states. So Baja, California is a state. Baja, California Sur is a state, just like North Dakota, South Dakota. And that's the peninsula. So as a Mexican citizen, you would know them as the state of Baja, California, the state of Baja, California Sur. Americans just know it as Baja, Mexico, the entire peninsula. They don't know that it's
Negro is kind of the cutoff.
Guerrero Negro is the cutoff. That's the halfway point. Absolutely. So that's the difference, Brian, of the thing. Gringos are just, it's Baja, Mexico, the whole thing. It's just one thing.
It is.
Lorena says Baja sounds very affordable.
Super.
Like we said, it's for the most part, yes. But if you stay in Cabo at the resorts
Right.
and go to those restaurants, yeah, probably not.
Right. Yeah. If you go into Cabo San Lucas, then almost every restaurant there is going to be very American priced.
Yeah.
Everything that you do there. You go off a few blocks off the main road though, and you're going to find these amazing little cantinas and these
Yes.
amazing little restaurants that
Taquerias and
that are just ridiculously inexpensive and more authentic.
yes.
It's all about asking the locals.
Mhm.
Ask the locals where they go. Ask the locals where there's good seafood or where there is good vegetarian food or where there is good, I don't know, whatever it is that you're looking for. And they will tell you where they go usually. And those are your good places and affordable places, most likely.
Mhm.
And our Social Security goes way farther down
Yes.
than it does in
Yeah.
Oregon.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Sharon Wheeler, are there sharks in the Sea of Cortez? Yes, there are.
Now, the dangerous kind, I would say, My first discovered scuba that I did, it was here in the Sea of Cortez, and the reason I did it is because I found out that was more comfortable because there was no white sharks,
Right.
great whites here. Very oddly, they will come here, but they're not here.
No.
Tiger sharks are not here.
Bulls.
The only ones you will find here are bulls, and most likely they're at the reefs in Cabo Pulmo. So you're really not gonna find. I mean, is there other kind? Absolutely, but usually not the ones that are most dangerous to say like that.
But I will say that the other day I was out kiting and I got offshore quite a ways and I lost my board. And when you're in 4-foot swells, you're trying to find a board that's 4 feet long, and you're in 4-foot swells and you've been launched off of it and you get separated by 100 feet. You can't find it. So I spent 15 minutes just bobbing in the ocean, and I thought, I look like a huge lure to some shark or enormous thing. And my brain started going crazy, and I'm
Oh my
like, shut up, stop talking to yourself. Don't think about it. You're not going to get eaten. There's nothing here.
Oh my
And so I finally I was panicking, and I finally found my board and got off again. But yeah, when you're sitting out there in the middle of the ocean,
I have talked to myself when I go snorkeling, and that's not even in deep water. Just snorkeling, I have to talk to myself. It's not gonna happen to you, Lorena. You're not in that kind of water, that kind of stuff. And I forgot about whale sharks. Yes, there's whale sharks in Sea of Cortez, but they don't bite. They don't do anything, so don't worry about it.
and whale sharks make great white look like a minnow. They're 30 feet long. They're giant. They look like giant sharks.
Yeah.
So your first impression when you see it would be to scare the hell out of you before you would determine what it is. Yeah.
Huge.
But they're harmless, really. So they say.
They're plankton eaters.
Yeah, they're plankton eaters.
They're harmless, but the harm with them is if they get spooked and they
smack you with the tail.
Smack you, they might break you an arm or leg or something like that. That's the danger with them.
Yeah, but very, very cool. I will say, when you're out kiting too, one of the cool things is you're out kiting, you're seeing fish.
Yeah.
Like you'll see them under the water and you're like, what was that? And you'll see them jumping in front of you. And I'm waiting for the mobilas and stuff to come out. And I think that's going to be really fun when you see that out there.
When they start flying. Yeah.
And we have had friends say that they've been out kiting and they start kiting along with whales. And so they're in the water on their foils, and they're foiling next to whales that are.
They're more on the expert side.
They're on the expert side. I'm not going to be foiling next to any whales or even kiting next to any whales. No, I'm going to avoid that stuff. Like no.
How's his life
And
insurance?
the best thing about you being out farther, Paul, was nobody could hear you screaming.
Yeah, nobody could hear you scream. Exactly.
Vicky just asked, "How's your life insurance?" I've been trying to get life insurance for him for a long time because of all these things. And Paul is like, I don't want to be worth more dead than alive. So that's his theory.
Okay.
Lori Buchanan has the questions.
Okay, wait a second.
It's like,
where is she? I gotta find it. Okay.
Are there any shells on the beach, and are there any bugs? Addressing the shells, I would say we have found very little shells, nothing crazy.
No.
But somebody told us that after a storm, they go north into Shell Beach.
Yes.
They
Shell
call
Beach.
it Shell Beach
Yeah.
or Snorkel Beach, and they found
And
good
it's
shells.
like ribbons of coral and shells just on the beach like you've never seen before. It is so
I
beautiful.
still
very
want to
cool.
go
Yeah.
there snorkeling. Everybody
Yeah.
told us it's very
It's
good
very
snorkeling
pretty.
too, but it has been windy. So
Yeah.
it needs to be a calm
Yeah.
day. And the second question, are there any bugs? I mean, there's
Yes.
bugs, but not Florida bugs.
Now,
When
when we first got here, the bugs were
Big.
bad.
Yeah.
mosquitoes,
But not mosquitoes, which
Right.
I didn't find last year when we were here in February, March last year. None at all.
But right now there's no
None.
mosquitoes. Once it cools down,
Once it dropped below 90, they just gone.
So for us here, we do get the cockroaches.
Right.
Big.
Yeah, but they don't fly and
They do
like
fly.
bite you.
Yes. Well,
They fly?
They
Oh.
do.
The other day, Ozzy was chasing one that told you, what is that? And it was something big, and Ozzy was chasing that.
And the other thing is the wolf spiders, and they're pretty big. So
Don't scare people.
No, I'm not trying to scare
I
them.
don't know, wolf spiders. I've never heard
Yeah, I've
of
never
those.
seen any of those.
So they're
Oh, great. Now she's going to tell me about something I'm going to be terrified of.
and then there's
The tree bark scorpions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yes.
scorpions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had those in
But
Vegas.
you know
Yeah.
what? Exactly.
Yeah.
And
We
you
had
just wear your
tarantulas in Vegas.
Flip flops, and you just watch where you're going.
See, I've been barefoot for the last 2 months, Vicky, so I'm going to have to watch.
Oh.
That's awesome.
I need to
So-
look a picture of that
Yeah,
spider.
I will show you one.
because
There's a couple of them that
that's
we've had.
Paul's
in our
biggest
Palapa.
nightmare. That's Paul's
Spiders are my biggest
spiders.
nightmare.
That's his thing. Is he doesn't.
So I spray several times a week just to make sure that we keep them down.
Mhm.
But we did find the jumping spider today in the bodega.
But I took care of it.
Oh, if you find a jumping spider, I'm going to be taking care of it. That's for sure. I'm gonna whacking that. taking
Well, I
that
don't
thing out.
save them in the States, so I just don't save them here. And I know
Right.
a lot of them are harmless. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
they eat the
So
smaller bugs.
CN Railroad says, why didn't you tie your board to your ankle? So in surfing, you'll see guys put an ankle thing on there so they don't lose their surfboards, right? In kiteboarding, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that. When they're learning, you will have a kite leash on there. Once you've learned enough, you want to take that thing off. Picture that your board is on your foot on a 10-foot leash, for example, or say a 6-foot leash. You now get yanked off of that board by a kite, and you're going 20 miles an hour in one direction, and your board is staying there. Now, all of a sudden, your leash goes taut, and now you're sitting still, and you've got a board coming at you at 20 or 30 miles an hour, and it's going to take your head off. I've seen pictures of guys with missing teeth, the back of their head cut wide open, and you could wear a helmet, but it's still not going to stop the thing from hitting you in the neck or breaking your arm or doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So not the safest way to kiteboard. You want to learn to find your board and learn to move in the water without your board. Just here, it's difficult. It's one of the most difficult places to learn. It really is. As Kevin will tell you, because he was out dragging today, which is just out in the water without a board, just moving the kite around. And basically, it's just 2 hours of torturing yourself by getting dragged around in salt water and
He
choking
was
on salt
trying
water.
today.
Yeah. Kevin went
I
out
thought
today.
he didn't make it.
No, he went out today. He did good.
I didn't know.
He
That's
did really
awesome.
good.
That's
Landed
awesome.
the kite by himself today. He did really
Wow.
good today.
Lori Luss is asking, what are the temps like? They are nice. I would say when we just got here in October, it was extremely hot. It was very, very steamy. But it has been, 2 weeks that the temperatures has been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just started to drop. So like today it was high 70s. Tonight it's going to be in the high 50s.
Mhm.
So it's definitely
Last night, it was literally the first night I had to close the windows.
Yes.
And stay with the windows
Yes.
closed because it got chilly last night. But
Yeah.
so it's getting chilly at this point.
David Haney says, how are the gas prices? And is there a ferry to go across to Mexico with your RV? So gas prices are probably California prices, I would say. That's a good
Yeah.
way. So
Southern Cal.
So if they're $3.50 a gallon, I would think right now, to $4 a gallon, something like that.
it's
right
a
around in
little
there.
over 4.
Gas prices are
Yeah,
not the
diesel.
cheap part
No.
here. That is definitely not the cheap
No.
part. Gas prices are fairly high, but we don't drive around too much. You're pretty much here locally. Is there a ferry to go across to Mexico? There is, and you can go take that from La Paz. There is a ferry that goes across to Topolobampo, so you can go across to mainland Mexico and travel the rest of the way. I don't know how much it
La
costs.
Paz?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was all
Yeah.
the way to Santa Rosalia.
If you go to the one in Santa Rosalia, that will take you across to Guaymas. But
Oh,
there's
okay.
one that goes across to Topolobampo, and I actually think there's one that goes down to Mazatlan. I'm not sure, but you can Google that stuff. But there are ferries that you can put your RVs on. Not sure of the cost. I know it's not that cheap, is what I've heard. I've heard like $600 or $800, but don't
Yeah,
quote me on
and
that. I
that's
would
what
Google
I've heard too. We've had friends do that.
Okay, Chris and Brendan Mill says, does the couple you're with live in Los Barriles all year round?
No.
6
we're here.
months. Oregon 6 months.
Oregon 6 months and
Snowbirds.
here 6 months. So
Yes.
technically snowbirds. And then I have the other question right here. Somebody asking if there was snakes here.
Yeah.
And yes, they are. I mean, they're gonna be. You have rattlesnakes and
Yes.
other kind of snakes as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's your desert, like
It is.
they use that U.S. desert. They have the
Mhm.
same snakes.
Someone asked, CN Railroad asked how much my board would weigh. I don't know, 3-4 pounds, 5 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, now we have to find more room for all his equipment. He keeps gathering stuff. He keeps saying, we don't need a diesel pusher. And it's like, but it has a huge basement. We don't need one. But he keeps bringing more and more like fun stuff.
Get things home. Huh?
Put a trailer behind your car.
I
And
know,
actually,
triple
the-
toe.
To carry
Yeah.
your car.
Another
Nice.
interesting thing about Vicky and Dennis. Vicky and Dennis used to have the UTV that we're driving now that belongs to our friends Richard and Cheryl. Used to belong to Vicky and Dennis. They met Richard and Cheryl when they were down here. Richard and Cheryl needed a UTV. These guys were upgrading. They switched to that. So we're driving their old UTV.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So kind of cool.
Easy to spot.
Yeah, it's a very, very
It's
small
true.
community.
The other day we saw each other on the beach. We were driving. I was kind of like I was a chase car for Paul that was kiteboarding. And all of a sudden, it's like Vicky. She totally recognized the car. And then she just pulled up and we start chatting on the beach for a little bit. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Don Klein, are you staying in Baja for the winter? We are in Baja now till the end of December. Then we're heading up into the Quartzsite Phoenix area, picking up the people that are coming down in the caravan. And then February 1st, we drop back down into Baja for a couple of months.
But we have been here since October.
But
so
So kind of, sort of, yes. We're taking a month off in the middle.
Yeah, 3 months, month off, and then we come back for another 2 months. So almost all winter, yes. Oh my God, time flies by the way, people. I can't believe we crossed the border and we crossed the
Almost
border
2 months ago.
September 30.
Yeah,
September
Crazy.
30, and yeah.
almost
it's
2 months here.
Crazy.
Hey, Steve, new Nomadic in the house. Okay, happy
Okay.
vibes. That's a long question. Let's see what we got
Okay.
here. Let's see what we got. Trying to figure out the working on the road thing. You have a lot of problems with internet cell signal in the U.S. Should I be concerned? Please share your experience. Thanks for the help. So Kevin spends more time online. Kevin and Laura spend more time online than we do, but they're in basically the same situation, but they're awesome. So they would be the perfect people to answer that question. But we have all three carriers. We have AT&T, or
Well,
we have three major
we have
carriers.
three. I would say all three in this.
Not all carriers. We have AT&T, we have Verizon, and we have T-Mobile. And so in certain areas they work, in certain areas they don't. So you just have to plan where you're going to be in at what time. Kevin, for example, if we're going to be somewhere where there's going to be no internet, we try to make sure that, see, there's people driving by right now. Don't you know we're trying to do a show in here? If we're going to be somewhere where there's no cell, he either lets his job know that he needs a couple of days, or we try to be there on a weekend so that, you know, you can go, because most of the really beautiful places are not going to have cell and internet. There are a few, but most of the really, really good out of the way places are not. So you just have to plan around that sort of stuff. So is it an issue? Not really. Kevin's been on the road for 4 years now, and he just plans around that. And
I will say, if you ask me, if we only have one cell carrier and we need to work full time, which one works the best? I will get an unlimited plan from Verizon. That will be my choice. And the only reason why is because it seems to work in more places.
definitely national parks. Verizon is the
Yeah.
go-to.
We have for the longest time only AT&T, and we have so many issues in so many places. And yeah, it's like closer to national parks. Verizon seems to be good. And T-Mobile has worked great for us too on international places in Canada and
Mexico. T-Mobile has been better.
Yes.
This year, it seems to be worse. So I don't know if it's more people on the towers or not.
We have an issue with T-Mobile because in our plan,
Well, yes.
we had a block. Basically, the last time we were here, what happened is that we were here exceeding the terms of the contract in Mexico, because they told you unlimited Canada and Mexico, but it's not true. They have a limit on the data in Mexico that it's up to 3 months, and we exceeded that. So they put a block in our account without us knowing it.
Right.
So right now that we're down, and we're like, that's weird. Our T-Mobile used to work amazing last time we were here. Now it's not working. And for the longest time was not working. And Kevin checked the device too and all that stuff. And he's like, I don't see anything wrong. So Paul finally called the company, and they, after so many representatives, finally one said, you have a block in your account.
Right.
And that was it. They fixed it. Our account is not blocked anymore, so we're able to use it again. But that one, we had to check it on the way north again, but that one seemed to work last time the most from
Right.
all of them.
Right. So you guys look through the comments when you ask questions, because you'll see a lot of people answering some of those as well. So I see, like Kevin just verified, Verizon except for international.
International, yes, sucks. Verizon sucks for
Right.
international.
Lori Lust is saying they have unlimited Verizon, seems to work 98% of the time. And so, yeah, that's the ask around in the full-time communities.
But
and
the caveat with Verizon is unlimited international, but they have limits in Mexico. That's the one thing. It's unlimited. It's I think it's first half gig of data is up to big speed, and then after that they slow you
Yeah,
down
per day.
Yeah, they slow you down so much that it's unusable. So it's not really unlimited. I saw Vicky's here. Vicky and Cliff. Hey guys, we
Hey,
miss you
guys.
guys in
Miss you
Vegas
guys.
too. And I was looking at some. Oh, Chris and Brenda Mills have a question for Vicky and Dennis. When you guys go back to Oregon, who takes care of the place in Los Barriles? Who takes care of this place?
We're in a park here that's gated, so that there's a manager here, and what we do here is all our furniture goes back in the bodega here, and we can lock that up. And then the only thing left out here is just the concrete structures.
The dining
So-
room table and everything is covered.
Everything's covered, and like I say, we lock our razor up to the pole here and lock the gate. Nobody can get in. So
Right.
it's great.
And just a secure area, like you said, it's a
Yes.
gated community,
Yes.
and there's always somebody
Yeah, there's always
like in the
somebody.
office. in
And
this
people
area.
in the community are going to know that you're here or not here. It's like, hey, why is that person climbing over the wall in
Right.
Vicky and Dennis's
Yeah.
Because
place?
you guys know your neighbors too,
Yes.
so
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
always
You'll know
watch for
everybody in the park.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when he's saying bodega, all these places or most of these places will have some kind of little shed or warehouse storage area that you can put your stuff. So
Yes.
that's how they do it.
And also, Brian asked you guys, where do you guys in Oregon live when
We're
you go back in the summer?
outside of Bend in Terrebonne. So it's just outside of Redmond. So it's
Central
just
Oregon.
Central Oregon.
There you guys. I think they're trying to see if they can come and take care of your place in
I
the
know,
summertime.
right?
I think is what they're trying to. I know you, Chris. I know you're the one asking the question.
The
Like,
Fitzroys are in the house. It's about time. Jeez.
well, they have to work. It's
What's
like,
that?
Somebody
Well, they have to get their
work.
priorities straight. Work or come hang out with us and hang out with the rest of Adventure Nation.
Yeah. By the way, the caravan guys have come smaller now in size, and I don't think we're gonna open the spots to refill the spots because I think this time around we rather have a smaller caravan. It looks like our Canadian friends are not gonna make it. There's still two of them that have hope that they're gonna open and they're in the BC area and they can just drop down quick. But we're crossing our fingers, but we might lose them because they're not able to cross the border. And also some people that they said we need to hunker down and rent an apartment or stay over here because they're afraid if they get sick, they want to be on US hospitals. Totally understandable. You want to be in an area where you can speak your language if that happens to you. So anyway, with all these things, our caravan kind of like dropped down on numbers and but still pretty healthy, pretty good size. But we're not going to refill the spots because we rather keeping it small. Since we found out that in one city we cannot really fit everybody in campground, so
Loretto's being a pain in the
it's,
butt.
yeah,
So how many people do you think you have coming down?
probably
rates?
14, 15.
Oh, okay.
I think that will be the amount of
Yeah.
people, the amount of RVs that will come down. So I think that's a healthy
Yeah,
still
that
caravan.
is.
And so many cool places to go here too.
Yes.
Tom says, let's not be too negative. We're staying positive. No, you want to be negative. You don't want to be positive. Just throwing that out there.
Seeking Serenity says they're saying that the Quartzsite area is less busy this year without the Canadian snowbirds.
Oh, no
you
doubt
can
at
feel
all.
it even here on Los
You can
Barriles.
definitely feel it
Yes.
here.
Playa Norte will be by now the campground. I don't know how many spots will that have, honey, but it has so many spots and all of them will be full. Like
Yeah.
will be full by now, and there's still so many spots
Maybe
open
8 RVs in there. Maybe.
Yeah,
right now.
it's-
Yeah. Maybe
No,
8
no,
or
no.
10.
I think there's more than that. Probably 10 to 12 or something like that. But it has probably capacity for 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
They're-
Canadians in the park here having a real difficult time coming down, the ones that drove, obviously. So a lot of them are trying to get down. They're trying to get their rigs shipped into the United States
Yeah, that's
Commercial.
crazy.
and then fly into the United States, pick them up, and then drive down.
Right.
Yeah, we
So
have
that
a
is the
friend.
loophole that's
Yeah.
doing that.
We have a friend that he checked into doing that. Tom and Faye. Tom he did, and he said it cost him $1,700 to
Yeah.
ship his RV across the border.
And a lot of them have pets, so either they have
That is
two
the
pets.
bigger issue,
Yes,
yeah.
so that is, yeah.
Because there's another lady that we were kind of like messaging, and she is from Ontario, Canada, but they
Mhm.
has 2 dogs. They were
Yeah.
trying to drive. They literally drove to the border
Yeah.
packed with their pets to see if they
Yes.
could go through, and they turned them around.
Yeah.
And she says, "I can't believe I cannot get to my own house in Baja."
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And she cannot fly because of her pets and all
Yeah.
these
Sure.
different things.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it has been a huge change this year, definitely, with the amount of people. With that being
been
said,
crazy.
we heard that a lot of people that came down here came down earlier.
Yes.
That it got busier earlier in the
Yeah,
season. So
it
they'd
did.
rather be here and spend the time here.
Oh, I know. It seems we froze for a bit. I wonder if we're still froze. I don't know. I don't think so.
Are we froze, everybody?
No.
I think.
No, it doesn't
Oh,
look
Brenda
like it.
Costa said, yeah. Lori lost and Brenda Costa said, oh, you froze.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah.
we're back.
Yeah. TV's moving, so.
The TV's moving.
Kevin says we're good. If he says we're good, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed a little flicker on the screen. So
The Bruce says, nope, still froze. Chuck says, still froze. Not froze now. So there's different. It's
Depends
like-
on where you're at.
yeah.
how do you know? Maybe we just all.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that to everybody. We're back. All right, cool. So, yeah, Kathy and Tony, they actually winterized their RV and are having to, stay up there now and get an Airbnb. I think that Lori the Buchanans did the same thing. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Kathy says borders are definitely closed until December 21st.
Yeah.
We are hearing that they will probably stay closed until at least spring 2021. That's what we're hearing too. We are trying to embrace the winter in attitude and experience. Yes,
You got to do what
and
you got to do, right?
Yeah.
That is what, for example, the Buchanans did. I mean, they were coming to caravan, they were getting ready. She was learning Spanish, all these different things, and we know those guys personally, so we know they're very laid back people, and they would love to come here. But they said we need to get in an apartment. It's like
Yeah.
snows a lot here, and we need to go. We cannot stay in the RV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like they said, yeah, we need to go. We need to embrace the winter here. So I think that's what a lot of people are doing right now. So my Canadian friends, I don't blame you if you don't make it.
So Bob Jensen says, I didn't catch the name of the couple with you. Do they play golf in Terrebonne or Terrebonne?
We don't.
No.
We don't play golf.
Okay.
No.
It's Vicky and Dennis Allen. So when they're pixelated like they are, they might look like somewhere. What we didn't tell you guys is they're actually in the witness protection program. So I have to keep them pixelated so that you guys don't
So
see
you
their
don't know
faces.
who we
Yeah.
really are.
Yeah. You can't really see who they are. That's the whole thing going on right now.
Are we wondering, John Faye, they're asking, is like, how do you winterize an RV? And Mark and Lisa says, are we wondering, take it to Mexico?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's it.
That's funny. But they can't. That's a problem. They can't.
And Kathy says she wishes she didn't know how.
I know. Chuck knows how to winterize it.
Yeah,
He-
Chuck and
He
winterize.
told his son how to do it.
Yeah.
He told, go to YouTube and just search how to winterize it because I never done it. So he always leaves the snow before
All right.
snow hits. Bob Jensen, I didn't catch the name of the couple with you. Do they plan? Oh, sorry. Bob Jensen, he actually comes here to
Yeah,
Gorillas.
Bob's
He
gonna
has
come
been
down.
here before,
Oh,
and I
okay.
believe Bob.
Dude, we
Remind
raked the
me.
spot for you in the wash.
Bob, I think you're coming back, right? I think January, February, something like that. You're coming back, I believe.
Yeah,
We'll be here.
I think they took your spot in the wash, dude. There's actually a few people in the wash that are setting up.
Oh my God. The first time we came, we saw people park on the wash. So that's your boondocking spot. People park on the wash, but everybody have their lounge chairs
Yes.
or whatever tables out there.
So they can get up and go quick.
This year has been different. People came prepared and they're literally building like temporary
Yes.
little lots with fences
Fences.
and
Yeah.
shades
Yeah.
and
Oh my God.
everything.
Up in the San Bartolo Arroyo,
Okay.
which you guys will probably
We'll
see
see it
tomorrow
tomorrow.
We'll see
because
it
you're going to go
tomorrow.
to get ice cream.
Yeah.
So
Well-
Vicky and Dennis are going to take their UTV up to go get ice cream in San Bartolo. It's awesome. It's so cool.
Such a nice ride. I
It
love.
is.
We saw it was Melanie and Steve's video where
Okay.
they went for the first time. He's like, we gotta do that, and
It
we
is. It's
we
beautiful.
did it. The first part was rough because there was a lot of dry trees.
Yes.
And there was twigs that were hitting us and all that stuff. But the second part was water and all this beautiful area.
Have
It
you
was
gone
so
to the
cool.
swimming pools there? There's the fresh water that comes down out of the hills and
Yes.
the pools.
The
Yes.
one on the
Yeah,
other
we went
road,
swimming
yeah.
in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he said, we went swimming there. Last time we didn't go swimming
But in
because
San
it was so
Bartolo.
green. Oh no, we
Oh,
have
it's
not.
beautiful. Yeah.
We have not.
Fresh water. It's really.
Is it
Where's
where you
that
have to-
one?
It's
Spring
where
water.
you
In
have to pay
spring water.
like 50 pesos
You
to
Yeah,
do.
you
get
have to
in?
pay
Yeah.
to
Okay.
get in, yeah.
In San Bartolo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did see the hot spring
We
or
have
the
seen
springs
it.
up there, but
Yes.
We have not been there.
Yeah,
Right.
it's beautiful.
Okay.
oh, very
so
cool.
we need to
We'll have
make
to
it.
check it out. Hank Walsh, I've never seen you on before. Hank, welcome. Says, isn't the border closed because of COVID? So the U.S.-Mexico border is closed to Mexicans going north. Mexico welcomes us with open arms coming down here. But I will say that they do take COVID a lot more serious. Like every single restaurant you go into, you're going to walk through a mat, you're going to get your temperature check, and you're going to have to wear a mask. Every single store,
Yeah.
mall, restaurant,
Hand
gas
sanitizer.
station,
Yeah.
hand sanitizer, and it's not an option. When you
No.
walk in, they're going to put it in your hand. There's none of this. Well, I'm not doing that. It's
Yeah.
like, well, don't come in our restaurant.
Yeah.
So they're making sure that you're staying safe. The great thing about Los Barriles is most of the restaurants are like this. They're actually outdoors.
Yes.
So you can go sit out at the beach at the restaurant and it's outside. You go to Lazy Days is a bar here. It's outside. El Gecko is a beautiful restaurant here right on the beach. It's outside. Rice and Beans is outside.
Yeah.
All of these places are literally outside. There's a plapa on them, but it's free flowing air through them. So it really makes it nice. And everybody's just pretty respectful about it down here. So it's been cool.
Moving the mark is asking, Paul, do you wear a wetsuit kiting? Is the water warm enough without one?
So I have not put a wetsuit on yet. I do have one. I have a shorty that I would put on, but I haven't yet. I don't find the water that cold yet.
No.
But I've noticed it's very refreshing, I would say. But I noticed that the majority of the people that are going in now are wearing wetsuits.
Well, I will say when we first got here in October,
Oh,
the water was so
good.
nice and
Yeah.
warm,
Yeah.
and there was so many fishes everywhere, and everything. And then all of a sudden it changed. Probably like
Yes.
2 weeks ago
Yeah.
is when it
Yes.
changed, and now you can feel when you go in the water, you can feel that cold in the water. I cannot stay if I'm not moving. If I'm just kind of hanging out trying to
You
find
get
fishes,
chilled.
I get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to keep moving, and then I'm good. And I saw that also most of the fishes they're gone too.
They are too. Yeah.
It changed. Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
CN Railroad. Do you know if there are many cases of COVID near you guys? So here's the other deal about Mexico. The reason why you have to
Or
be
this
cautious,
area.
or at least this area.
Yeah.
People don't get tested. Down here, it costs a lot of money to go get tested. It's not free. The government isn't supplying that to everyone, and the resources to have it done are not as much as they are in the United States. So locals especially are not getting tested. So you don't know the actual numbers. So you have to be cautious of where you're going and who you're hanging out with. So you just want to be very cautious of that. And you just don't know how many true cases are down here. Mexico was one of the worst in the world when it came to COVID cases. But even that number isn't really well known
No.
because
It's not accurate.
It's
Here's
not
the thing,
accurate.
it's not accurate. But I was I'm in a local group here on Facebook for the local entities, like the government entities. And I was looking that they mentioned right now that we have a lot of people coming south and summers and everything, cases are rising.
Mhm.
So they are cases.
Yeah.
They said there's active cases in Los Barriles.
right.
So
And that's why you have to be. you
that's
just have to be
why
cautious.
Yeah.
we're all trying to be careful and stay outdoors where there's a lot of wind during our outdoor activities, swimming, kiteboarding, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but you just need to be careful.
Yeah, and again, they don't have the resources down here, so you have to be respectful of the fact that that's you don't want to tax those resources.
Yes, definitely.
So we're doing our best to stay safe and keep everyone else safe.
Digging the Christmas tree, Mark and Lisa said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know
Thanks.
it's lovely. The whole house here. I was gonna say casita, but Paul told me don't say casita. People don't know what casita is. It's a small house. It's like it's just beautiful. It's all decorated, Christmassy. I love Christmas.
I do.
My
Is
favorite.
2,000 square feet really a
Yes.
casita?
I know, right? It's a
It's
block.
not. That's not a casita. That's not a little house. 2,000 square feet of living space. It's amazing. It really is cool. I wish you guys could see it clearly because it really is awesome. Brian Hawaiian, how's the fishing in that area? Are you able to fish? We don't fish, but we understand the fishing in this area is spectacular, especially in the summertime. Right now, they're looking at Dorado and stuff like that. But in the summer they said there's blue marlin and dorado and
Wow.
tuna. And so, yeah, it's amazing fishing in this area. And yes, you're able to fish. Now, just south of us, about 20 or 30 miles, then you run into the Cabo Pomo, and it's this huge area that's protected. You're not allowed to fish within those waters, but up in this area you are. And they said that there's great fishing. They actually have huge tournaments here in the summer. So it's kiting is what this is known for, kiting and windsurfing and wind sports in the winter. And then summer, it's really known for its fishing. It is a big
it's
fishing area.
destination.
Yep. Secret Serenity, we rewatched your Baja series this week. Make us wish we could have made it down there with you guys.
You still have time. February, Dave. Come on now.
So yeah, we love this area. Many people ask us if we have looked at places here or we're gonna stay here, because I think they have seen us here for a long time and it's the second time we can come back and everything. And it's like, this is one of the places it really has charmed us, because there's so many opportunities, outdoor or activity opportunities.
Right.
From in the morning paddleboarding with calm waters to the afternoon kiting to socially. I mean, I know this is COVID times, right? It's like, but socially, this community is so cool. Like everybody embraces everybody. Everybody's so nice here.
Super helpful. And
Yeah, it's like if you need help or just like wanting to make friends, like the friend of a friend, you start knowing everybody pretty quick here.
there's as these guys were saying earlier, there's pickleball leagues and stuff that you can do here. Now, again, right now, all of that stuff is very I'll say not as busy and as prevalent as it is normally, but it's still, if again,
Because
you know a few people and you know that you're hanging out with the same people over and over and over again, probably a safe group, then you can go out and do pickleball and hang out and do that sort of thing. So
and always like safety on numbers too, right? They're spreading people out. It's like they don't allow everybody. All the restaurants here, for the most part, they're all outdoors.
Yes.
So that's always nice. And with the tables, how they spread them, I mean,
They're
you have
definitely
your
social
privacy.
distancing.
Definitely. So this community has been very, very cool, social and active, and so many, and affordable too. It's an affordable community. Although it's more expensive than other areas in Mexico, it's not as expensive as your touristy places.
Right.
So it's been great.
Abe Collins is a funny bastard. He said, while kiteboarding, would sharks consider you fast food?
Depends on if you're treading water.
That's awesome.
Well,
I wasn't. I was just sitting there like a bobber.
If you're up on the board or not.
Yeah, well, if you're on the board, maybe. But I was just sitting in the ocean like a bobber. And, dude, my head started just playing all kinds of tricks on me. What was that? Is there something around me? I think Kevin said while he was out body dragging today, he got chased by a giant Dorado. So I said that he didn't like that very much.
Jim and Pam from Seattle. Hey, guys. Yes, the picture is blurry. Quality of video has not been great here in Los Barriles.
That's strange.
I know, right?
I
We
know.
keep trying.
It's weird
We keep
because
trying.
we've got good internet. So
it's just weird to have the TV
I
because
know.
I can see myself there, but
That's slower.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
delayed.
is
I don't know.
delayed. Yeah.
That's YouTube.
yeah, I think that's YouTube.
Yeah.
Everything is always delayed a little bit. It's like who we have in the house. It's like moving.
Pam and Jim in the house.
Yeah, Mark and Lisa, they were saying that they are in Mesa, Arizona, and they're missing their snowbird friends,
Oh, yeah.
their Canadian friends. So yeah, it has been a big impact with the other Canadians definitely this year.
Little Farmer 32, another newbie. Hey, how's it going? Says that we're so lucky and they want to ride in Baja, but they can't get out of communist Canada. Oh, come on now. Robert from Gibbons, Alberta. Yeah, it's we've been talking to a lot. We have quite a few Canadians in here, and we've been talking about that. It's too bad that you guys can't come down, unfortunately.
See the positive side. You have almost no cases.
Yeah.
It's like that's one of the countries with the lowest cases out there. So that's been good.
Tom is saying that our picture is about as clear as Faye's Spanish.
Oh
Go
my
ahead and slap
God.
him, Faye.
How?
I
Slap
have
'em.
heard Faye, and she has a great accent too. I want to hear your Spanish, Tom.
Yeah. Brenda Bingo Lorena, she says we were meant to be heard, seen and not heard, or heard and not seen.
Somebody said
Yeah.
you're like a radio, like a
Yeah.
radio chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, radio chat. Sorry, I have a face for
okay,
radio.
here's the thing.
What?
You can tell the age of a person when you says we are on radio chat
And not a podcast.
and not a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Showing your age there, folks.
True.
Yeah, what's a rate?
Right?
Bob Jensen says, "Do Vicky and Dennis play pickleball?" As a matter of fact,
We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes. This year though, I kind of
right,
backed off a little bit
Right.
for medical reasons. But
right, okay. Oh, Tom says Faye hit him.
Good.
Good girl.
So next season, Dennis and I were gonna play together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I might be like Vicky. That's like a one time. Maybe this is not for me. It's like one of the two. The other day, that's one thing I don't like, running people. I don't like running. It's like I don't
It's-
see
you
the
don't
point.
Yeah.
I don't see
not
the
running.
point. I don't see the fun. I don't see anything. And the other day, Paul is like, "Come on, let's go and have a walk on the beach early in the morning." It was like 7 in the morning. I was like, "Okay," and I put my little water shoes and all that kind of stuff because some parts of the beach is also very rocky
Yeah.
sand, so it hurts your feet. So I put my little water shoes. So when another time, Paul is like, "Come on, let's run for 30 seconds," and we start running for 30 seconds, and then a break, and he's like, "Another 30 seconds," and I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
God, Paul!"
sprinting.
Yeah, it's like. I have never run, and then now you're taking not only running but on the beach that is
Yes.
even harder.
It's harder. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And we were going to run this morning, but it was too windy.
It
You would have run and got sandblasted at the same time.
Exactly. Exfoliation.
these last 2 days has been sandblasting.
Brutal.
Yeah,
windy.
it has been.
Yesterday I have to go and pick him up because one of the times he went down on the water, couldn't find his board, and he drifted so much
Oh, gee.
that I was like, I'm gonna have to pick him up in the side by side, right? So I jump in the side by side and I'm going on the beach and I'm just getting sandblasted. And like, yeah. Terrible.
Brian Hawaiian says the RV Geeks have been posting Instagram photos from the desert this week. I'm not sure if they're posting old shots or they escaped from Vancouver somehow. Are they Canadian?
I don't know.
I didn't know the RV Geeks were Canadian. So if you're American, they're not going to stop you to go back into the U.S. But I didn't know. I don't know if they're Canadian or not.
Yeah, I really don't know.
What is pickleball? Pickleball is mini tennis. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of mini ping pong.
Or big ping
larger,
pong.
big
Large
ping pong.
It's large
It's-
ping pong.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more it.
Yeah.
The ball is not as active as a tennis ball.
Yeah.
And probably,
It's
yeah,
a waffle ball.
it's a waffle ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was a hard ball.
No, it's
No.
a waffle ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
See?
paddles
I
are
did not
about
know
this
that.
big.
Yeah. So giant ping pong played on a small tennis court.
I think on
Yes.
Yes.
the
There you go.
RV
It is, that's
community,
it.
I think in the RV community has become huge.
It's huge in the RV community.
Now-
Absolutely.
Every campground I think has a pickleball court on every campground we've been. So yes, like I said, I'm thinking about taking it, but not sure about it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be good at it.
We'll have to
Aid says
practice.
the only time he runs is when someone shouts food is ready.
That's
Pickleball
funny.
invented in Washington State. Did not know that.
I have to say, in Mexico, I've been trying to stay active between swimming, snorkeling, walking in the mornings, or just do different activities. I've been trying to stay active because with these tacos, tamales, empanadas, and it's like, oh my God, it gets to you,
Yes.
right? It's
Right.
like, they're so good though. Sorry.
Kathy says they have dual citizen. See, I don't know how that is.
Kind of like me, probably.
Well, like you, but the United States does not recognize dual citizenship.
Yeah.
Well, depending. They start doing that. I do not remember the year, but they start doing that after a year. So if you're pre that year, they still recognize your dual citizenship.
Mm.
After that year, no, you pledge allegiance to the U.S. flag, but your own country tells you you're still a citizen of this country.
Right. So Kathy and Tony, just so that you guys know, Tom and Faye, if we ever go to war, I got to come up there and kick your ass, even though I was born in Canada. It's just something I had to pledge. I had to pledge that. So somebody's asking us why we're not wearing masks. We're in a private residence,
And this is our bubble.
and this is our bubble, and this is outdoors. We're sitting outside. So, yeah.
It looks indoorsy, but it's outside.
It looks indoors, right?
And we're 6 feet from you guys.
Gary says, I'm just as gringo as Paul, but I speak fluent Spanish. Yeah, I have no excuse, dude. I've been with a Hispanic wife now for 15 years, and
Oh.
I know very little. I know more than I let on, but I
Oh,
don't
look.
speak as much as I should.
But you really don't need to with your wife. do
Well,
you?
I get lazy. I do get lazy because I
That
just
is the
go,
problem.
Yeah.
Lorena, tell him.
That's
Right.
the problem. The other day we went to the hardware store, the
Yes,
ferreteria,
Molinos.
and then Paul paid for something, and the girl tells him the number, and then Paul looks at me, and I'm
What'd
like,
she say?
he's like, no, he's like, you like hear the number and try to make. So at that point, the girl was trying to actually.
She was gonna
show
turn the
her-
thing
Shows
around.
yeah,
because that's what
they
people
do, is
give
they
you.
will
Right.
actually
They turn
show
around the
you.
calculator,
Yes.
turn on the screen to,
Yes.
and Paul is like, no, tell me, dime. And it's like the girl told him very like slowly.
We've had people
and I
write
still
it,
messed it up, I think.
Yeah.
on our
I didn't want to
truck,
end up the
like-
story yet.
when you get gas, like Ponte Questo, and then they'll write it on the truck so you know how many pesos
In
it
the
is.
dust.
Right.
In the dust.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
In
That would
the
make me
dust.
crazy if they wrote on the dust on my vehicle. Oh, I would cringe. Especially here because it's like 3,577
You know how much was
pesos.
dinner?
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
that's the worst thing you can do to your car. That's the thing.
Are we coming back to Canada eventually? We would come back from Canada.
You can get across the border.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could get up there, and yeah, they won't allow us to come up there, so we can't do that right now.
Well, technically, you're Canadian, so technically you could go back, but I could not go with you.
Yes. Yes.
I will have to stay behind in sunny, warm Mexico.
Yes.
That's it. Read the comments
Uh,
or
well, yeah,
ask the
I'm-
questions.
well,
you're
there
just
was a couple of comments that I was like, really?
you're just reading them
um,
to yourself.
George says he's flying RC helicopters indoors chasing the cats. Yeah, I used to do that. Lori does not allow me to fly helicopters indoors anymore because I did some damage to our walls at our old house. So no flying helicopters
Or
inside.
they will get tangled on the shades.
Get tangled in the
Oh.
shades and just destroy the shades. So yeah, I'm not allowed to fly helicopters in the house anymore. I do fly the drone every now and then in the RV, but just to hover and test and do that
No,
stuff.
you don't.
I have.
You have? Well, I
Yeah.
have not been there. Then.
Well, maybe you were somewhere else.
Poor Ozzy. You scare him.
Poor Ozzy.
The things he do when I'm not there.
know, huh?
So what else, Paul?
Is Ozzy out wandering? Wondering. Is he out wondering? Wondering where we are? Out wandering. Ozzy absolutely loves Baja, except that dogs are off leash here a lot. So we let Ozzy go outside off leash and he wanders around. And if we see dogs around, we try to bring him in. The problem with Ozzy is he thinks all dogs want to be his friend. So he will approach them
Yes.
until he sees the dog is chasing him. And then hopefully Ozzy gets in the house and we can grab the dog before the dog gets in the house with him.
So
Because we usually leave the door open.
for the most part, he is outdoors,
Yeah.
just doing his own thing. And our neighbor has an old dog, Carlos, that he is the cutest dog ever. And it's not like they get along, but they don't mind each other. So they can coexist. So that has been amazing having a dog next door that they are together and they don't mind each other. But when kiting comes, that all the people comes kiting and windsurfing and all that kind of stuff, they all bring their dogs with them. And there's when you have many
Right.
different kind of dogs. And at that point, one already chased Ozzy back. And Ozzy got all fluffed and everything. But the dog was not a mean dog either.
No.
He was
no.
just chasing him around and then he just stopped and let him go. So
Right.
he was not. And there was that other instance that a big dog, and I think that was from the campground, there was a big dog coming through the campsite. And I was like, I came out of the RV, it's like, where's my cat? And all of a sudden, it's like, I start distracting the dog. I start talking to the dog, walking away from the RV to chase him away. And who was right? All of a sudden, I hear like, Kevin, behind you. Who's behind me? Ozzy following us. Like
Oh
he's
my
literally
goodness.
following us, the dog and me. And he's like, Ozzy, go back in the house. And he's like, what?
Lord Buchanan asked if we still use our SodaStream. We absolutely love our SodaStream.
Yes.
The problem is I have run out of Dr. Pete.
I
And
thought, okay. So the streamers, I know there's Devin running the house and stuff. You know, one syrup lasts a long time. he went through 3 bottles of syrup of Dr. Pete with a month and a half.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was binging. What can I
You
tell
were
you?
out
had
of
a store
control.
in Cabo somewhere.
Yeah.
We saw Dr. Pepper somewhere at one of the stores. I think it was Soriano's.
It has
Yes.
come
Dr.
more-
Pepper or Dr. Pete?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper's everywhere.
Oh, okay.
It
Oh
has
yeah,
come more
Iguanas has it.
mainstream, yeah.
Chapitos has it.
Well, I brought ours from Redmond.
Ah, okay. But
It's
the
USA Dr. Pepper.
the
Pete,
Soda Stream is
sure.
Dr. Pete,
Yeah.
and so
Mhm.
Joe's Deli is going to be doing some Soda Stream stuff, but I don't think he's
I
going to
don't
have the
think
syrup.
they
He's just going to be
have
doing
Dr.
refills
Pepper.
on the
Refills on your
thing.
yeah.
So yeah.
So right now he has downsized to ginger ale. I think.
Yeah, I'm drinking Lori's Diet Ginger Ale now on the Soda Stream. Not quite the
He's
same.
disappointed.
Not the same.
So now, yesterday he went out bicycling with Kevin into town for exercise, and he comes back. He took the backpack. He comes back loaded with Dr. Peppers on the back, and it's like, oh my god.
These guys are talking about RC aircraft and stuff. Pam and Jim says Jim wonders if the abandoned GMC you saw last time was still down there. I don't remember seeing an abandoned GMC. Do you guys remember where we saw that?
I'm trying to think where we saw
I have
that.
not saw it. I will tell you quick. There is a guy down here with a VW Vanagon that is the coolest thing that I've seen in a long time. And he was telling the story that during a hurricane, it got flipped upside down and it was laying in somebody's backyard upside down with the roof crushed in.
No.
And I'm thinking, nobody would look at that and think that that's a great vehicle. He rolled it back over and then he cut the roof off of it, cut all the walls off of it, put in a roll cage,
Oh my.
and it's now this crazy cool Baja kiteboarding vehicle. He's got surfboards on the top and the kite stuff inside. And
Surfers,
he said it
skippers,
runs like a
kiteboards.
dream because when it was flipped upside down, all the oil drained into the cylinders and lubricated everything. He said when he turned it over, it fired right up, and he goes, it smoked like a bandit for a while, but it fired right up and runs like a charm. He says he still hasn't put any different water in the thing or anything because it's water cooled, and it is cool. Kevin will tell you, it's badass.
And the tires are like
He's got these,
Sun
yeah,
tires,
these
yeah.
sand dragster paddle tires on the back. It's awesome. It's really, really cool.
I haven't seen that one.
in that kiting day, come back over and it's like
Yeah.
you will
It
see
is.
it right there.
Okay.
Mark and Lisa want to know what they should have for supper because he's too lazy to decide. I would say that you should either do hot dogs or spaghetti. That's usually my go-to. Or pizza. Pizza is always a good one to go to.
Pizza
so.
and burgers. is
Yeah,
your
pizza and
go-to.
burgers is
Yeah.
normally my go-to.
A healthy American diet is what he likes. Yeah, he has become more like Mexican diet since we were here in Baja. He just craves Mexican food all the time. He has not even asked for a burger in forever.
Although there's some pretty good burgers here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lily's.
Meat burgers.
Meat burgers.
Yes.
Nancy
That's
asked if Mom Mary is here. She's in the chat somewhere. She has gone silent. Maybe she's probably past her bedtime now. But she's in here somewhere, Nancy. And happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Yeah. My Mary,
Captain Sam in the house.
we didn't say happy Thanksgiving to your mom, but it's because Canada had it in
Yeah.
October. So
Pizza it is. See, they went with pizza.
I have never really found out why is that Canadians have their Thanksgiving in
Thanksgiving in
October
October 12th. Yeah.
and US and
They're different
November.
countries.
Yeah, but what is? I guess I need to go through the history of
Yeah.
how that came about.
Yeah, we gave thanks earlier. We were thankful before you guys, before Americans. Not before you guys. You're Mexican.
Okay,
Sorry.
we don't have
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
never mind.
here, but
Never mind.
Canada was thankful first.
Oh.
what else, Paul? I'm not
Um,
reading comments, so
How long
you
will
are.
you
It's
be?
all in you.
How long will we be in Baja? Randy Stevens. So Randy, we were going to be here till November 12th, and as you can see, that's long gone. So now we figured, why go back up into the U.S. with everything that's going on up there
And the reason
with
is
the whole COVID-19
it's
thing?
why
So
too.
it's fewer people here.
Regardless of
It's warm.
COVID was, it's true, but it was not a deciding factor. It's like it was. We're gonna go back to the U.S. and then what?
And then what? So it's warm here. It's cheap here. And we're going to go back on the end of December, probably first week of January, somewhere around in there. And then we're just up there for a couple of weeks. And then we come back down with the caravan. So
Yes, but it's been amazing though. It's funny, yeah. We had a meeting
Mm-hmm.
before the November 12th expire with Kevin and Laura and with Chuck, and Paul is like, okay, team meeting, let's go and get together. And Sunday was like, okay, guys, it's like we're thinking maybe we should stay
Maybe
longer,
we should just stay.
and they're
Yeah.
like, all like, yep,
Twist
okay,
my arm.
team is done, the
The
meeting is
meeting's
done.
done.
The meeting is done. It was just like literally a 5-second thing. We were all in.
Oh, I bet.
Captain Sam, we miss you too, dude. Captain Sam said he misses us. Tom
Oh.
and Faye, what's on your schedule? What's on the schedule for tomorrow? Are we supposed to be doing something tomorrow that I didn't know
Okay,
about?
here's the thing. Here, Dennis and Vicky, they very nicely invite us to go to Sopilotes. That is an amazing ice cream shop. It's a town close to here, but going on the side by side through the arroyo, through the wash to get there. So it's an amazing ride. But Paul went immediately like, tomorrow in the agenda is kiteboarding. So
He
it's
has
like,
his agenda.
Because I didn't kite today. I didn't kite today, and I really want to. I'm on the brink of
Yeah.
good things, so I got to keep at it.
the thing about being on a waterfront spot is like you can see everything that's
Everything.
happening on the
And
water.
you know when they're out there.
Yes.
And he probably has, what is it? FOMO? Fear
Oh
of
yeah.
missing out.
Oh, I have FOMO big time. I'm like, there's wind, there's wind, there's wind.
And
But
this
we
isn't
got
real.
Kevin out on the water today, which was cool. That was awesome. So that was very,
Yeah,
very
it's
cool.
funny because, like I say, he's in the computer working and he's doing this on the desk, but also we have the big windshield on the front that it's open overlooking the ocean, and he's
Yes.
just looking out, like for
Oh,
5
like a
minutes looking
little
out,
kid.
5 minutes in the computer, 5 minutes looking out, and he just keep doing that.
Oh.
Kelly Epifano says, if you guys aren't going to Arizona, can we join you there? Where should we meet? We are going to Arizona. When we leave here, we're going to be coming up into Arizona. We're going to meet everybody in Arizona and then come bring everybody back down here. So we're going to be up there about the first week of January. And then we're going to hang out up there for the last 2 to 3 weeks of January. And then we'll come back down here. So we'll meet you up there in the Phoenix Quartzsite area, somewhere up in there.
On the Yuma.
Or Yuma. It might be Yuma.
area.
So,
yeah.
Kevin says, tell them to bring us back some pints.
Pints.
What am I missing?
sure. Yeah, not sure what you meant
Of
by
ice
that.
cream?
Pints of ice cream. Oh, pints of ice cream.
Oh.
Duh.
Yeah.
We're a
What
little
kind,
slow,
Kevin?
dude.
Sopilotes. Here's a story. It's like he requested a flavor of ice cream that the lady made, the golden milk.
Kristen
very
Brenda,
good.
we'll see you.
And that day that she was coming to deliver, we were going to Cabo. So it's like Kevin asked, "Can you drop it off at Joe's and talk to Joe?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem. Can you drop it at Joe's and then I pay you and all that stuff." And the lady all of a sudden, she didn't reply. She didn't
Oh, she
respond. She
didn't?
nothing. So now we don't know if she still has the pint of ice
Oh.
cream or if she sold
Oh.
it off. But it's like we don't know what happened there.
Well, tell him to give me the name and we'll ask her because I'll send her an email.
Yeah, because they have texted before too.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah. So I don't know what's the deal. So let us know, Kevin, if you.
The Beals have just give us $10 for some Dr. Pete, which I won't be able to get here. I'll get some when I get
Oh.
in the United States. Thank you very
Thank
much. We
you.
appreciate that.
But Dr. Pepper here.
Yeah, and I can get some Dr. Pepper instead of Dr. Pete. So appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So now we have a My Tequila found and you having your Dr. Pepper found.
Yeah, that's
There you
awesome. Very cool.
He's like, now we need for Kevin kombucha fun.
Yes. Aid, you guys, Aid and George, you guys behave yourselves. No politics.
Oh my God, they're getting into politics.
Yeah, no politics.
No
Come on
politics. Yeah, here.
now.
We're
Yeah,
clear.
this is a politic-free zone.
No joking. Paul had to stop.
Yeah, you'll
seeing
notice the
his
guys.
phone.
I have not been on Facebook. I just had to
Like
stop.
at all. He
Yeah.
just literally stopped.
Just quit.
He focused
Done.
himself on the ocean kiteboarding. He
Yeah.
says, I'm not gonna see politics. I'm not gonna see what's happening
Just
over there.
laser focused on getting in the water and avoiding all the other crap. Don't need to hear it. So
But now you're
yeah,
hearing
they
it
did
from them.
Yes, absolutely. Kelly says they want to go now. You want to come down here? You guys are welcome to come down here.
But we're gonna go back north.
But yeah, then we're going to be heading back north. But you're able to come down here for
Yeah.
the month if you want. Come on down. We'll be here. We'll be at Playa Norte RV Park.
So who's still next? Chris and Brenda left.
Chris and Brenna left. So Pam
Oh,
and Jim
there
says
he
they're
goes.
planning a trip to Yellowstone. Come hell or high water. Absolutely beautiful. We haven't been yet. That's
We
one
have
place
not-
that's still on our bucket
There's
list.
still so many national
places.
parks like Smoky Mountains, Yellowstone, Glacier, Grand Teton. I mean, there's so many we say have not been that it's on the bucket list. But have you full-time friends have noticed that all the national parks have become so crowded, so hard to stay there too with RV? It has become pretty.
Well, because RVing is kind of the ultimate social distancing. You're by yourself and you can be, out in the middle of nowhere and still visit a national park and not be around other people. So yeah, it's kind of become the thing.
And through this COVID thing, a lot of RV sales. A lot of people realize, this is a great way to travel with my family and not in airplanes or not in trains or anything like that. So
Right. See you, Lori. Lori Lustig's got to go. Kevin, yes. R.I.P. Tony Hsieh. For those of you guys who don't know, Tony Hsieh is the business guy who started the business mogul who started the Zappos shoe company. And so it's pretty cool. And unfortunately, he was a phenomenal business person, a great guy. He did a lot for Las Vegas. As a matter of fact, he was revitalizing downtown Las Vegas.
That's why really we have heard so much about him and what he has done and his story and everything is because he chose Las Vegas to kind of like put his company Zappos there, and with that he changed so much of the downtown, brought so much cool stuff to Vegas. So that's why we know him a lot. We actually saw him twice in Las Vegas too, always like surrounded by people. It's interesting, but yeah, he passed today. Sad.
Yep. Sad, man. So
what else, Paul?
Kelly up at Fana says they're going to meet at the border. So on January, like mid-January, meet us at the border. That's fine.
At the border.
We'll talk. We'll talk because I don't know what you mean by that. Oh no, Pam and Jim says they're making reservations 8 months ahead. Yeah, see, we couldn't do that. There's no way. I wouldn't know where we're going to be in 8 months.
That's what I'm talking. National parks is just hard to be in national parks right now. I almost feel lucky we were able to get to Yosemite because I know that's one of the super crowded because of so close to California, Southern California, and we were able to get in. But every single hike in Yosemite was so crowded. That's the one thing I miss, hiking.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we haven't done any of that. And there's lots of hiking here too. We need to get out on the trails.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Brian Hawaiian says they still haven't visited us in Idaho, while Boise at least. So we were heading that way this year, really. From Florida, we were going to loop up through and do that area, Colorado. And yeah, we would have done Idaho, I think, in that in the loop because Colorado's there and Idaho is just.
I think he was overshooting that one, but
no.
Okay.
No, we want to do all that. We've got this, our map has got this big smile on it from where we've visited the coastal stuff, but we've never done anything in between. So we need to do the states in between and visit some of those.
You're going to see people now he's kiteboarding. We're going to stay coastal.
Yeah.
Well, no, if you guys have some lakes and stuff near your house, let me know.
Now lately has been the whole South Padre talk.
Well, yeah, South Padre, I definitely want to go there.
Now he remembers.
But we can kite in the Caribbean. There's some great kiting in Morocco. I'd like to do that. That'd be awesome.
We're talking about the U.S.
Well, no, I'm talking about Morocco though, and Spain and Portugal has great stuff, and the Costa Rica has some great stuff. Puerto Rico.
So a Motorhome experiment. Is there a travel experiment I don't know about?
A travel.
We might have to change the name to Paul on the Wall. I don't know.
Paul on the Wall.
Paul on the Wall.
Oh my.
That's something that has been discussed, changing the name of the channel because we're like, okay, is the experiment finished? Is like now Motorhome experiment is more than experiment. It had become now not only a reality, but yeah, it's like, or a lot of people call it the experience, the Motorhome experience. So we're like,
because the experiment is over.
A lot of people say that.
I think my mom still calls it the Motorhome experience. Don't you, mother? She can't get experiment.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people.
It's not just
we have friends that do that.
Sandy Kerr says, bring hiking boots to Baja. That's up to you. There is some hiking trails here in Los Barillas, and I'm sure there's hiking in other spots. Lots of mountains up in the area away from as you move away from the beach, it goes straight up into the mountains. So there's
we could go last time, but Vicky and Dennis, they invited us to a side-by-side trip where at the end they go and hike.
Okay.
And come down.
Cool.
I still want to hike.
I know.
Something
That
like
was
that.
good.
Aid says a ghost just walked around the Christmas tree.
That was me.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was Dennis.
It just looks blurry.
Yeah. Lori says I can kite on Lake Huron. Yes, I've seen that up in Canada. So there are some great kiting spots up there.
Really?
Brian. So here's Idaho. Bringing kiting to Payette Lake in McCall. So I'll have to check that out.
Yes, my sister lives in McCall.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. And there's, Payette Lake then?
Yes.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. Bob Jensen says he loves Paul on the wall.
Everybody
do more
loves
of
it,
that.
babe.
You know what that is? It's basically lazy Paul on the wall because it's like I didn't get an edit finished, so I've got to get some content out. So I do
That's sad for you. To
It's
say
very
that.
sad.
It is sad.
It's totally sad. I'm honest. You want honesty?
Well, no, it's like
People want honesty.
No, here's the thing, people.
Uh-oh. Here we
This
go.
morning, he was like, you know what, Lorena? I think I'm gonna go and do a pull on the wall, and I think I'm gonna do a shot. And he looked excited about it, and I was like, "That's a great idea." And then it's like you went out and did your thing and everything, and you came back and you were smiling. So I thought it was actually something that you
Good.
wanted to do.
No, I do like doing it too.
Not that lazy,
No.
just get your ass off the editing.
No, it's not.
bandwagon.
It's not just that too. It's fun. I like doing it. And I was smiling because I just fell off the wall and I thought it was goofy as hell. Now you're gonna have to see it.
And it's really this season. It's kind of your version of Elf on the Shelf.
It's there you go. It's my version of Elf on the Shelf. There you go. I don't even know what that is.
I
What's
don't
Elf on the
know.
Shelf?
You
Oh, you
know,
don't?
Eddie is over there. So it's
See
our
him up on
elf.
the light
made
up
it
Yeah,
there
we're
in
like-
the kitchen.
The elf.
Oh, there's an
Eddie
elf
the
hiding
elf,
up in
yeah.
there.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Elf on the Shelf? I guess
Oh, yeah.
probably everybody on the planet knows
Everybody has
except for us.
grandkids says, you know, you
Yeah, our
Really?
grandkids.
So it's
yeah.
like, where's Waldo for Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's where's Eddie?
Where's Eddie? Well, is that your name's Eddie, but not all
Yes,
elves are
no,
Eddie.
No.
Okay, I got it.
Oh.
And then, yeah, Devin Randy said you could change to Adventure Nation. That would fit. There actually is a channel called Adventure Nation, I think, like a YouTube channel. I thought. I don't know. But
That would be more fitting because we are a nation of adventurers out there, or that we want are seeking adventures.
Yes.
That would be fitting. So maybe we're Adventure Nation number 2. I always have a hard time because we have this joke that once you say adventure nature,
Yes.
you lock that in your head
and it's so hard to get
And you
Adventure
try to
Nation out.
say-
Try to say.
and you just can't.
So big. Brenda says it's big in England. So I don't know if you're talking about Paul on the Wall or you're talking about Elf on the Shelf, Adventure Nation, the motor. I don't know what you're talking about. What's big in England? It's got to be
Elf on the
Shelf.
Shelf,
Elf on
I'm
the Shelf.
assuming, yeah.
Donald says we should come and visit Coeur d'Alene. I really do want to get to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I want to play golf up there. There's a beautiful golf course up there that has some an island green that the green can actually move. So yeah, I do want to get up there because I'd like to play some golf as well.
The green moves.
Yeah,
While
so it's a
you're
floating.
playing?
It's a
Wow.
not while you're playing. It's not like you hit the ball and the thing's gonna go.
Well,
motor
that's
off.
how it sounded.
But they can. It's not like a miniature golf where the thing is doing this and you got to try and get
Well,
it.
I just thought there was like on that driving range when there's a little cart kind of like picking up the
No.
balls, and you're like you target as a cart.
And I could be
itself.
totally making that up too. It might, maybe the green stays there, but I think that they can move it like a little bit in the bridge. I think. I don't know. You guys have to go find that out. So Nancy McIntyre says she loves the Motorhome Experiment name.
Oh, thank you.
And my mom says, yes, there is. So no, don't do it. You mean there's an Adventure Nation
Interpretation.
game, Motorhome? There's an Adventure Nation channel, or what shouldn't we do? My mom's always telling me not to do stuff.
Now,
Just don't stop.
Lauren Boris says, wishes she was down here with us guys. Yeah, we wish you guys were down here too. Nancy
Says-
McIntyre's leaving.
George says, nope, you're right. They altered the distance to the green.
They altered the distance to the green. See, I knew that. I thought.
Brian
I thought
says, yes, the famous floating green.
I thought so. I thought
See?
so. Very cool.
You never
George
know.
says his son played it, and you have to take a boat to the green. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought there was just like a floating bridge, and that whole thing was like this articulating floating bridge. I didn't know you had to take a boat. That's even cooler. Now I really want to go.
Talking about pressure.
What?
Talking about pressure.
Oh, of course. Yeah. It's hit the green or.
Yeah. Like for a non-expert like me, it will be clunk in the water.
I'm sure there's somebody there to sell balls back to you.
Right?
We did that in Celebration. They have their driving range that's in the water. Total newbie, right? And I'm hitting the balls, and while everybody's hitting the greens, mine are like clunk in the water, clunk in the water. It's like, oh, this is embarrassing.
That's so
So we got 15 minutes left. Anybody have some special plans for Christmas? I know it's hard this year. It's hard with everything that's going on to have plans with friends and family. I know that Thanksgiving was kind of, the social distance Thanksgiving.
My plans for Christmas was gonna go to Mexico, but I usually say to Mexico, but to my mom's to spend Christmas with her, and because it has been already 2 Christmases we have not spent together, and I was all set that I'm gonna make it happen this year. And last time that we talked to each other, she's like, I don't know if it's a good idea traveling right now, flying here.
Well, jumping on an airplane with 300
And-
strangers doesn't seem like a great idea.
And she's like, I'm gonna be working anyway. Where are you coming? And so it was all this thing, and I was like, okay, so I guess I will have to stay here in Baja by the beach
That is so
instead of
sad.
going to
know.
Christmas.
Somebody has to do that.
Yeah.
I know.
For
Yes.
us, it's hard because our family's all in the States and our grandkids. So,
Right.
That
Mhm.
part's hard.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a lot of people are doing the whole distance holiday celebrating this year. Like you guys were telling me Thanksgiving, you were just talking to your family
Yes.
and you
Yep.
FaceTime
We do a
and
lot of
that.
that. Yep.
So thanks for technology and FaceTiming.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank goodness for that.
Hopefully it
know.
doesn't look as blurry.
I know, I hope not.
I know. This must be dial up.
What's your plan for Christmas, Paul?
My plan for Christmas?
Kiteboarding.
I'd like to go kiteboarding on Christmas. That would be awesome.
Really?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
He's the Christmas Grinch.
I
Always
could
been.
care.
Always
Christmas
been.
could get canceled for the rest of my life. I don't care.
They do have a guy who comes down on a paddleboard in a Santa suit
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do.
down
Oh,
in front
wow.
of the
Yeah.
hotel. So
Oh, wow.
That's
Well,
awesome.
we'll have to check that out.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm a Grinch. I don't know. It's my mom's fault. She obviously did something to me when
We
I was a
need to
kid.
change
Since
that.
I met him, because for me the biggest holiday has always been Christmas,
Yeah.
and I get with my family
Excited,
and all this thing.
yeah.
I get excited. I love decorations. I
There's a
love
lot of
everything.
traditions. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Paul is like, whatever.
My mom's gonna
Yeah,
tell me.
whatever.
I didn't raise you to be that way.
Well, your mom, Mary, she loves Christmas.
Yeah,
too.
she loves Christmas too. I don't know
So-
why. They obviously tortured me on Christmas Day
I
or
don't
something.
know what happened to you.
I
It's
don't
like,
know.
I don't
Well, we're
know.
going to have to change
so
Yeah.
when Paul's out kiting on Christmas Day, you can come over here and get your fix.
Ah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes, you
See, I have Christmas people with me too.
can. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Brenda says she has a wish for Christmas that COVID-19 disappears so he can travel.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
I think 2021 has to be a good one.
It's,
2020 was miserable, right? So 2021 can be worse.
I hope so.
It's like gonna be
Can't
better.
worse.
I should not say that. I feel
I
like
know.
I'm
Oh my
jinxing
God.
ourselves. I don't know where it's wood, but
Aid says not a solo Christmas, but he saw his granddaughter today for a massive hug the first time in 8 months. That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
is.
awesome. Congratulations, Aid. That's
Absolutely.
very cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, I mean, stay safe out there, folks. Be smart.
so okay, you asked a question, but you're not reading the comments.
What? Oh, they're just flowing through. This is for them to like read each. I can't read all the comments. These people are just they're loving each other. There's a lot of love in the room. See, my mom says she loves Christmas, and then people are saying they're no plans for Christmas for the first time in our lives. Wow.
Well, no, you should have a plan, even if it's staying at home and cooking for your
You mean
party
your
of
family?
2 or
Yeah.
whatever. You still need something for Christmas.
Yep. And then Pam and Jim's going through all of our videos from last year to find the G. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was out at the shipwreck.
There
It
was
wa-
an abandoned.
There was a
GMC?
abandoned GMC out at shipwreck. So we have to
Oh.
find that. I don't know if you just look at our videos and search shipwreck, if it'll show up. I don't remember how I did it,
Label
but
it.
it's some of the last of the video series here. So I do remember that. John Senesi put up a black heart. Is that me? Is that my black heart you're talking about, John?
Oh,
I
that's
agree.
terrible.
I kind of have a black heart. I do when it comes to Christmas. I don't know what it is.
That might be a rip somebody. So
Yeah. It's what can I say?
I don't know. I know a Christmas movie that Kevin loves. So maybe we do that Christmas Day. We watch that movie.
Oh.
What Christmas movie does Kevin love? Home Alone?
No,
The Grinch Who Stole
The
Christmas.
Grinch Who Stole Christmas? That's a beautiful movie.
that's your movie.
It's a loving,
That's
touching
your
movie. Yes, it's awesome.
No, it's called Elf, I think.
Oh,
Elf
I
is with
love
Will
that.
Ferrell.
Yeah.
That is the best.
It is a pretty funny movie, but I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan.
But
Yeah,
it's a funny movie
it's a pretty funny movie.
because he's just so naive and everything is great and everything is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. We got what? How many minutes? 10 minutes left. List your favorite Christmas movie. So we'll see. Elf. Everyone's saying, oh no, Kevin said Elf like 4 times.
See, he knows what he likes.
John said it was red. It wasn't red on my screen. It was black, John. So I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone's saying Elf is a great film.
See,
Come on. What about? Well, there's other. What about It's a Wonderful Life? That's a Christmas
Yeah,
movie,
there
isn't
you
it?
go.
well, my family we always watch The Grinch. I
Charlie Brown.
love that one. We love
Charlie Brown Christmas.
We love the series with Tim Allen, the
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
We always watch this.
Santa Claus. Yep, they're great
Or
movies.
Christmas with the Cranks.
I love
Scrooge.
that one.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
Scrooge. Great movie.
I like that one.
Scrooge
Believe
is
it or
an
not,
icon.
because there is a lesson to it. You should learn the lesson, Paul.
Oh yeah, I didn't get the lesson.
Like,
White Christmas. That's another one. Christmas
That is.
Vacation.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is
Chevy
a great
Chase.
one,
I don't think I
yes.
have watched that one.
Oh, come on now.
I
I
have
see
not
it.
seen
Okay,
that
you'll
one.
have to come over.
Hey Clark, shitter's full. You
Yeah.
stand out
I
there
know.
dumping his.
Oh,
That
yeah.
there is
Garbage
an
in the-
RV.
That there is an
That's a
RV,
Christmas-
Clark. Yeah, that's
that's what
Christmas
they-
Vacation.
Oh.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah,
I've
you've seen it. A Christmas Story. Randy
Oh.
Peterman's in the house. Christmas Story is a great one. It's he's all dressed up and
Yes,
his mom's
can't
got him
move.
all. You can't even move.
Gonna shoot
I'm
his
not
eye
sure I've
out.
seen
Gonna
that
shoot his
one.
eye out. He got the red
There's
the
a
Red
few,
Rider BB gun.
There's a few Christmas classics I have never seen, like Miracle on 34th Street. I've never seen
Oh.
that one.
Aaron and Kelly says Talladega Nights.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think that's Christmas,
That is not Christmas.
but it's a funny movie.
Yes.
It's a funny movie, but that's a great answer. Talladega
Like,
Nights. I like
Come
that.
on, Ricky Booby.
Die Hard, right? Chris Belafonte says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Absolutely.
How is it Christmassy?
Oh.
Rudolph.
Never watch it.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That I have.
So
watched
many
it,
good.
yeah.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So Randy said Die Hard, and Deb says Miracle on 34th Street, and It's a Wonderful Life. What was the first? Okay, here we go. This is George is doing some trivia. What was the first movie to feature the song White Christmas? How about the movie White Christmas? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like
Brenda says Lord of the Rings. That's a Christmas
My
movie.
precious.
My precious. I don't know about that. Now they're just out of control. Kevin says Basic Instinct is a Christmas movie.
oh my god.
Kevin.
My mom says Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Is that an actual movie? That's a
It's
song. I don't know if that's a movie, Mother.
I thought it might have been a fact.
Holiday
happened?
Inn. Holiday Inn. There's a Christmas movie called Holiday
I
Inn.
think so.
Blazing Saddles. That's not a Christmas movie, is it? It's a very, very funny movie. Although completely inappropriate now. I don't know. That'll never get past the political correct censors now. But that's a funny ass movie, Blazing Saddles. Holy smokes. So funny.
Never watch it.
Kathy says her grandchildren sing Grandma Got Run Over by the Reindeer every year to her. That's awesome. Kiss Saves Christmas. I don't know that one.
I don't
That's a
either.
Kevin Miller thing. The Groove Tube. I think people are just
Oh, there
It's
is.
just saying random
Kevin.
stuff.
Kevin, Brokeback Mountain. I really don't believe that's a Christmas movie.
No.
But Kevin, you and I can watch that later on tonight if you'd like. When we get back, we'll watch that with you guys.
There's one movie my mom used to hate, because it's a totally awful movie and it's about Christmas too. And I used to put it just on purpose so she will get mad.
What?
I'm trying to think, what's a bad movie? They go and they're gonna rob like a Macy's store or something like that. There's a drunk guy and
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great Christmas movie. It's really vulgar. Don't
It's
watch it.
bad.
I used to put
Really
it
bad.
because my mom would get annoyed by it.
So White Christmas was the first feature, and I think Brenda answered this. Sandy Kerr answered this. How do you say your last name? Is it Kerr? It's K with an ear on the back, so I'm thinking it's Keir. We're gonna have to figure that one out. But Sandy Keir said White Christmas was written for the movie Holiday Inn, I did not
and
know
there
that.
is a movie, Holiday Inn.
and that's what they're saying. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And George says it was the first to feature White Christmas Holiday Inn. Yeah, everybody's answering that. A lot of things. Oh my God, Kelly Epifanio. Kevin is going to hunt you down. Kevin and Laura are going to hunt you down and choke you out. Star Wars Christmas special. We heard that was like the worst thing ever to happen to motion pictures and TV was the Star Wars Christmas special.
We're gonna have to watch it too.
I'm not watching that. Kevin said it was awful.
And now we need to watch it.
Oh, George says Darlene was first answering that. Surviving Christmas. What's Surviving Christmas? I don't know that one. Oh my God, Kelly's going deep. A very Brady Christmas.
Oh my.
Sheesh. So it is K plus ear. So it's Sandy Keir. All right.
Now
cool.
I have a question, guys. Who of you don't celebrate Christmas because obviously it's not your
Yeah.
tradition or your religion, but you still watch the movies? You're
Yeah,
like-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any people out there that don't celebrate Christmas that still watch the movies?
That would be
Again,
interesting.
if I was alone, I wouldn't celebrate Christmas. I wouldn't. I just
Well, I
be
know
like,
you're a Grinch. We already
I
said
feel like-
that.
We got that part.
Yeah, I was like, I think that was
Another day.
pretty clear.
Yeah. be like whatever.
You don't celebrate any holiday period.
I don't celebrate any
No
holiday.
Thanksgiving, no
No,
Christmas,
yeah.
no Valentine's.
I think it
no
was all-
nothing.
What's that?
Your birthday?
No, I don't really want to
No
celebrate that.
birthday.
Mm-mm. All of this stuff was invented by Hallmark. They're all phony things invented by Hallmark.
Oh.
That is Valentine's Day.
That too. Well, Valentine's Day definitely by Hallmark and De Beers. Those two, they ganged up together and they invented all these things.
I gotta agree.
Yeah. See,
Okay, now read the
Oh.
comments. I want to hear what people are saying about you and your thoughts.
they're going to be tearing me apart.
Oh boy.
George says he's an atheist that goes to Christmas church services
What?
because he's not a bad person. He still appreciates.
Well, no,
Like-
but I'm actually surprised that he goes to church services when he's an atheist. Because one thing is like watching a movie or I don't know, something like that, versus actually actively going. To
But it
services.
shows that he is an open-minded person that is still open to other people's traditions and other people's stuff
Is
and
it
doesn't
because
put
of-
other people down
Is
because
it
of what
because
they
of
believe in.
Melissa? or friends?
Is it because of Melissa or what? Now we're going to get in a whole discussion about that. But no, I agree. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool.
When is the last time you went to services, Christmas services?
Why would you call me out? Never.
No, you just said it was cool, so that's why.
But
I'm asking,
I've never been to Christmas services. I don't think I've ever been. Mom, have I ever been to church services for Christmas? I don't know. It was maybe before I was too old enough to remember.
My guess is that she's saying yes.
Now, when we go to cities and towns, where's one of the first places that I always want to go to? I want to go see the historic churches. I'm fascinated by that stuff. Absolutely fascinated by it.
And we have been to many different kind, not
Yeah.
only
We've
Christian or
gone to Christian
Catholic,
church.
but we have been to an Indian.
The Indian churches.
Oh, is it Hindu? How you call
Hindu?
that? I'm not sure.
Oh, that place in Toronto was amazing.
That was amazing.
Oh, it was
yeah.
absolutely incredible. We had to take your shoes off. We had to wear little booties in there because you're not allowed to touch the surfaces.
I have. They give me a
Wow.
wrap because I have a non-sleep because it was a hot summer day,
Huh?
and they give me a wrap so I could wrap myself. and-
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's having a great time. So
Okay, time to
So,
say good night.
the last couple of minutes here, we're last minute and a half. Thank you guys so much for your conversation tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys are amazing as always. So yes, always be nice. Like even George, I think that's nice. Be nice to everybody. No matter what you believe in, be nice.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not be nice. Even if you have a difference of opinion with somebody, there's no reason why you guys can't be nice to each other. So, Aaron and Kelly says, I would love to have you two for Christmas Eve services.
Well, we could take you.
If I was up in the area, Aaron, I'd go. I would go. I would go if I was up in the area. I wouldn't know what the heck was going on, but I would go.
Yeah, all of them kind of like going into the
Yep.
Christmas.
Night all. Take care. Have a great weekend. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thanks for the newbies. We've had a few newbies that came and hang out with us tonight. That was awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you'll stick around. Eventually we're going to say something that pisses you off, but hopefully you can get by that. Or I should say I will. Not so much Lori, but I will. So hopefully you can get by that. Good night, everyone. If we don't, and we won't see you before then, so have a very Merry Christmas. We'll have a few videos out before then, but we will not see you guys or talk to you guys before then. So have a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
guys.
Thank you to Vicky and Dennis for allowing us to use their house. Woo!
Thank you, Blurry Vicky and Blurry Dennis.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully we kept your identity a secret.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.